Hello, everybody.
Hello!
Welcome to Lorebeards 40K. I am Ross Watson,
I am Alexis.
and we are going to do some fun Tyranid stuff today. Oh, that's right. I need to make sure we have a document to write in, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Also, I should probably get this document up over here so I could read it while we're doing stuff.
Yeah. I will populate out a document so that we can share it. But for people who don't know who we are, my name is Ross Watson. I am a game designer and author. I've worked on a whole bunch of 40K stuff, like almost all the 40K role playing game material, with the exception of Imperium Maledictum and Dark Heresy Second Edition. I worked on a whole bunch of 40K video games, like Battlefleet Gothic Armada, and I was on the US White Dwarf team for a couple of years. So that explains what I'm doing here.
Oh, yeah, it's my turn. So, I am Norn Queen Alexis. I am a YouTuber, a Viking enthusiast and fighter, reenactor. I am a current game designer, which I think is really cool. It will be done this year. I'm going to keep telling myself that. Um, I am way too deep into the Warhammer lore that it became my entire personality for a couple of years and still is. And yeah, that's who I am.
That's and also a fantastic co-host. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah, I'm also a painter, and I painted up a Saturnine Dreadnought recently, and I'm really
so
happy with
cool.
this thing. Just look at him. Even in death, he still surfs.
I have awoken from a dream.
I
Twins they were.
one that is amazing, dude. I love all the Dreadnought quotes from Dawn of War.
Same.
They are so good. Like he comes bursting out from behind a rock. I have come to destroy you, and just grabs the Harlequins, not the Harlequins, the Howling Banshees, and just burns one alive,
Yeah,
throws it
well,
to the ground.
the Dread in the very first Dawn of War game was a badass too. Crushed a
Yeah,
bird boy. Oh, so cool.
and then you got the Dreadnought in Space Marine 2. Where are the enemies? They're all around us, honored brother. Where is Magnus? He is not here, ancient one. Then his sons will do.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Which game was that for? That was three?
Space Marine 2.
Space Marine 2. Oh shit. I need
And
to
then
play those games.
And then when he
Goddamn.
sees the Helldrake, he just looks at it and he goes, I cast you down, and just grabs a big rocking. No, he grabs the Imperial Saint statue and throws it at the Helldrake to kill it. Oh
I
my god.
clearly need to play these games.
It'll only take you like 2 hours to beat Space Marine 2 because it is a very short game, unfortunately.
Mm.
Well, so was Space Marine 1, was a pretty short game, but oh my god, that Dreadnought stole the entire show. It was such an amazing Dreadnought. The voice acting was good. It it was great.
So Biofoot 7874, thank you for your support. I believe he goes by Jesse on at least I see that name pop up sometimes on
Jesse.
yeah, on Discord. But Biofoot says our high fleet needs to be able to survive oceans.
Yeah.
Oh
It
my
needs
god.
to have some kind of adaptation, like something that a human would have on an ocean world.
Why don't you actually you could help me out if you wanted to briefly for the audience summarize who are the Tyranids and what is a high fleet?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Have you seen Starship Troopers? Well, it's that. No, I'm joking. Tyranids are an intergalactic Xenos creature that resembles the horrific amalgamation of a velociraptor and a bug. It is a 6 to 8 limbed creature, sometimes less, depending if it has a tail. That sole desire is to destroy and harvest the biomass of an entire planet so that they can make even more Tyranids to go and spread throughout the galaxy. They are a spacefaring race that is hell bent on devouring all life in the galaxy. You cannot reason with them. You cannot negotiate. You cannot bribe. You can't scare them. They are an inevitability. They are the hive mind. They have a scream so loud by so many voices that it casts a shadow in the warp itself nullifying psychic powers and causing those with psychic gifts to scream in agony, sometimes even taking their own lives or blowing their heads up. In the most dire of circumstances, when the Tyranids engulf an entire planet, you have mere hours to survive. And if that, in 7 days, every bit of biomass is picked clean from your planet and they simply move on to another planet. You are not a great warrior to the Tyranids. You are just a number. You are just prey. That is the Tyranids.
Yeah, and the Hive fleets are the major formations of Tyranid bioships that are traveling throughout the galaxy. We know of, I think, 6 of them at this point. And they come in from different regions of the galactic plane. Like they come from beneath, they come from above. And they have been massive problems for anybody that they've run across. Mostly the Imperium, but also the orcs of Octarius have had to deal with a pretty major Hive fleet incursions. So tonight we're going to make, or today we're going to make our own Hive fleet, the Lorebeards Hive fleet. And I have put out a poll with some name suggestions. Alexis, have you seen these names?
I looked at them briefly, but I will admit I just got home a few minutes ago. I had a lovely dinner with my friends, and I actually did adult things today, which is kind of crazy. So
good for you.
What do we got?
So the 4 names that I put together are Vorath, the World Ripper, Molokor, the Abyss Jaw, Aethagon, the Sky Eater, or Nidhogg, the Rootworm. Nidhogg, of course, being in honor of your own Scandinavian location.
Well, it's not mine, but I just happen to live here. But yes,
it's the location you are currently in.
Yeah, there we go.
So, you mentioned this to me earlier, that all Hive fleet names have some sort of mythological element or related to the mythos of Cthulhu, if you will. So I chose names that are appropriate. At least I think they are for that. Of course, obviously, Molokor is based on a name of Moloch, which is a demonic name, and Nidhogg is, I believe, the name of a dragon, if I'm not mistaken, or a monster, definitely a monster from Scandinavian myth.
Biofoot, you are correct.
Alexis is borrowing the Scandinavian locale.
I think it's called an invasion force.
Well, I'm going to shut that. I'm going to shut off that poll here in just about 30 seconds. So if you guys have any comments you'd like to get in, this would be a good time to do it. But this is going to be our own Hive fleet. Oh, and I should also mention today is technically April 1st, which
As
means
you can tell by the name under my name.
Correct. The title. But Alexis and I are not, we typically don't participate in April Fool's shenanigans. So we're kind of treating this one legit today.
My shenanigans are equal opportunity. I do it every day.
You don't have a special holiday just for shenanigans. All right. So let's close that poll and see what our name is going to be.
Hive Fleet Jersey Devil.
It is going to be Hive Fleet Nidhogg. 74% of you like Nidhogg, so we're going with that. And I have a handy dandy.
It does sound like Tyranid penis.
All right, I'm going to bring up on stage. So this is our document. I can actually make this even better by doing
what?
That's not what I needed to do.
No, you did the other thing.
I did the other thing. There we go. That's the thing I needed to do.
I didn't know you could do this.
Yep. So this is our current recording of the Hive fleet, and our next section that we're going to vote on here is the epithet, if you will, the mythical concept of the Hive fleet. And there are 4 options here. Would you like to discuss them and maybe pick out what's your favorite while I make that happen?
So which one are we on? We're at name.
The number 2
concepts. Got it. Okay, we got the Devourers, which sounds like a football team. Honestly, if Tyranids had a Blood Bowl team, they would be called the Devourers.
They should have a Blood Bowl team. That would actually be hilarious.
Yeah, because they could have warriors in it.
Right? You could have cheerleaders.
Like, scrap this whole idea. We're talking Blood Bowl now.
Oh my God! Why are we not making a Tyranid Blood Bowl team right now?
No,
Oh my
'cause, like,
God!
hear me out. You could have the Hive Guard as your blocker.
Right?
You could have your warrior as your catcher or star player.
Right?
You could have the Gons like as your line guys, Gene Stealers as your blitzers. Oh my God, this idea just works perfectly. Also, Tyranid cheerleaders.
Right. That's the part.
Okay, sorry. We have the Devourers, the Unbound, which sounds a little demonic. We have the Conclave, which sounds very Fallout. We have the Revenant, which sounds very Cthulhu. I like that we covered all of our dark mythos here.
Yeah.
And then threw in Blood Bowl. I've actually been saying this for a while, Ross. There should be 40k Blood Bowl teams.
There should. I 100% agree.
I don't think I've met a Blood Bowl player that was like, you can't have Space Marines in Blood Bowl. It would make total sense that Nuffle would bring them in because Nuffle is amazing. It is the best of the Chaos Gods.
I don't know if you'd want to combine Blood Bowl with 40k. I think you'd want to have like a 40k one and a Blood Bowl one, or a fantasy one, maybe.
I don't know.
It's a good question. We have some super chats.
Yeah.
Scallywag gives us a heart emoji. Thank you, Scallywag. Big old super chat. Appreciate that. You guys, super chats are the best way to support the channel and support the content that we make to keep more Lorebeards 40k coming. We are very grateful for them. Thank you so much.
Also, with super chats, you have a chance of just changing the lore that we're making today with you guys. So if there is an option that you like more than anything else and you want to be like, nah, everyone else is wrong and I'm correct, you could be like, blam, here's $20. Do this now.
For example, Biofoot says, I do really like High Fleet Mothman as per Potate. So, all right, $20. It's High Fleet Mothman. Anybody wants to go for it, go for it. I chose names that I thought would fit into 40K, but Mothman is a very fun name, and it is April 1st, so I suppose we can allow, if you guys are willing to pay for it, we'll throw it in there.
Ross, it does count as mythology.
It does. It's a cryptid, right?
Yeah, same with like the Jersey Devil or good old Big Feet.
Yeah, Sasquatch, Nessie, Chupacabra.
Well, I'm trying to think of the American ones.
Chupacabras are American.
Well, yeah, they're in the Americas. Yeah, yeah. But you said
100%.
You said the Loch Ness Monster, and I'm like, well, we got Champy, the Lake Champlain monster.
Ogopogo.
Ogopogo, yep.
Ogopogo technically would be a good Tyranid Hive fleet, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check out that concept. I'm going to stop the voting on that one and see where we got. So our mythic concept is going to be that which returns from the abyss. We are the Revenant Hive fleets.
Ooh.
I love it.
We could have been Hive Fleet Moose.
Moose are not cryptids or monsters.
Have you seen a moose in person?
I have, actually. They're, don't pet them or anything, but
I have pet them. I have pet a wild moose, and I am happy about that.
Awesome. So our next option here is going to be about the specialization, our biological theme. Why don't you talk about those, and I will set up the vote.
The biological theme. They all have big giant titties. I'm joking. If you go on Colts 3D, you can find that though, and it's really weird. I'm so sorry. I am all over the place right now.
You really are.
Are
you sure? Are you sure you're immune to April Fool's Day? Because you're getting kind of I'm sensing shenanigans.
I am very shenanigan heavy today. I think because I didn't shenanigan enough against Victor today that I have to take it out on the entirety of the chat.
Oh, so
All right.
Victor's gain is our loss.
Yep. So, the biological theme: Titan breakers, biotitans that rend war engines. I actually really like this one because you have those gargantuan, towering Tyranids that like step on knights and just smash them down to the ground. Then you have climate weavers, slowly reshape the world to fit the hive, so causing like massive earthquakes, tsunamis, or changing the very weather itself that only the Tyranids can survive it, and then just eating what remains.
I like
Yeah.
the night swarm. The night swarm is the one I like, that they're adapted to darkness and can see in just the very slimmest of ambient light. They don't get tired either. They roam throughout the darkness at will.
Hey, Biofoot, this is your oceanic Tyranids.
You know, they could be.
Yeah.
Because it's dark down there.
It do be dark in the ocean.
And then there's the last one. Go ahead.
Spine worms, planetary tunnelers. This reminds me of that weird asteroid bug worm thing from Star Wars.
That's right.
I'm okay with all of these. I think my personal favorite though is Titan breakers. My buddy is actually 3D printing me a Biotitan currently that is the size of a Warhound Titan.
What is, like, for people who don't know, what is a Biotitan?
So a Biotitan is part of the last portion of the invasion fleet for Tyranids, and it's when they need to destroy buildings, destroy super heavy walkers, super heavy tanks. They are a response mechanism for a very large threat. They're also horrifying to behold because it is a gargantuan Tyranid, and it is something that puts the fear into warriors themselves and causes like breaking of morale and everything, while they slowly just tower over buildings and kill everyone in their path. They also shoot a bioacid that is capable of melting entire tanks. That's how hot it burns. I love the Tyranids. They are just some of my favorites.
All right, we're going to close that one down as well and see what our biological theme is. According to chat, the biological theme is going to be the night swarm.
Ooh.
Titan breakers got 27%. Night swarm got 39%.
Oh, I see you guys hate me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
Uh-oh. All right, so Dawi Forever coming in with Steel Chair. Nidhogg is a serpentine dragon as well, so very effective Molochs, Trigons, and Raveners. You can combine it with the oceanic and underground aspects, an effective Tyranid ambush army. Awesome. Dawi Forever, you have earned yourself a to select the biological theme if you don't like, unless you're down with Night Swarm. But it sounds like you're aiming for spine worms. Is that correct? You're going to have to let us know.
Also, Godzilla Rex, thank you. Yeah, that was my vote.
Godzilla Rex says I voted Titans.
I mean, their name is Godzilla Rex. Of course they voted for Titans.
Yeah, well, okay, Dawi Forever, get back to us. I'm going to put in Night Swarm for now on the list.
Ooh, could be combine them together.
Combine them together.
This is up to them because they
convince Dawi Forever. I don't see why you can't combine them. He says, all right, cool. So it is written, so shall be done.
Night Swarm is right on with this. Just
Night
straight
Swarm
up combine
plus spine worms.
This is actually sick because we could have like Trigon style, like where they are the Trigon in front. And instead of having that serpentine tail, they now have a more aquatic, like eel-like tail that they use to swim through the deep oceans and everything.
Love it. I am down. Now we're going to do our signature strain behavior. And I'm sure you're going to have a good time with this, Alexis. You are, of course, Norn Queen, Alexis. Nobody knows Tyranids better than you.
Actually, there's a lot of people that know Tyranids better than me. But I will tell you what my personal signature strain behavior is, and that's anxiety.
that's strange behavior, not strain behavior.
Oh, dang it. I got them confused. I don't know. I don't know why I'm like this today. I apologize if I get annoying, chat.
You're
You can
you're
just
just
be like,
you're giggly. It's so
I
weird.
am. And I'm not even like, I haven't had a drink today. Like, I don't drink during these, obviously. I only drink tea during these, except for the one time I drank Monster, but that's not alcoholic. I'm just in a mood. It's the April in me.
Well, doesn't it get like super dark there for a really long time, or am I thinking?
No, it does. We get 3 months of darkness.
So are you out of that now? Like that was in the
Yeah,
past.
yeah. You can actually see out the window. We still have some light. Look at
So
that.
maybe
That's
yeah,
nice.
it's possible that might be affecting you.
Yeah, I'm warming up. I'm getting my vitamin C back.
So why don't you talk about the signature strain behaviors for me?
Okay. We have Ripborn, which sounds like Rip You Were Born. I'm sure a bunch of millennials feel that. Uh,
Oof. Oof.
they explode into new forms when it's killed. This reminds me of like when you slice a creature open and just worms spill out, which then scurry around and become bigger creatures eventually. Then we got the Dream Plague. This sounds a little bit this sounds like either an 80s slasher movie or something that Death Guard would rock, but I'm
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
the band Dokken did do a really badass soundtrack for the Dream Warriors. So
Oh, that's cool.
you could have some Tyranids in your dreams, rocking like Dokken. It could be amazing.
Biofoot, I think I die, but I'm okay with this. Although to ship that kind of drink to Iceland, you have to actually bring it in a carry-on with you. You can't actually ship it through the mail.
Yeah, Byfoot says, let's ship Alexis a crate of Four Loco. She's already giggly. You want her to be like bouncing off the walls? Oh my god.
Okay. And then we got the Black Tide, which I guess fits the aquatic theme that we're going with these Tyranids. Um, let's see, spawns from standing water and blood. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's actually super creepy.
Now, which one is that again?
The Black Tide.
The Black Tide. They spawn from water and blood, standing
Yeah.
water and blood. Yeah, I like that too. That their spawning pools are like a little weird one. Although the Dream Plague, I like that one too because it's playing off of the idea of the Shadow and the Warp affecting
And then we
people's
got,
dreams.
yeah, that one's cool too. Then the last one we have is the Flesh Forge, which sounds like a Slaneshi stronghold.
I mean, it could be that. That's true. Ripborn is also kind of scary too. Like it's the you remember how the pink and blue demons used to work?
Yeah.
That you'd kill a blue demon,
A
which
pink,
kill a
you
pink
kill a
demon.
pink, turns into two blues. You kill
Right.
the blues, it turns into two. Each blue turns into two brimstone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Ripborn was kind of like that, but for Tyranids, where you'd kill a Tyranid warrior and it turns into a bunch of gaunts.
What is that one movie? It's this movie with all these like worms and everything, and this girl gets infected with it, and she like starts eating a whole bunch of meat, becomes like super large and everything. And
Slither.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
James Gunn. That was one of his
Let's
movies.
turn up her volume a little bit. Yes, I can. Hang on, let me fix that.
What'd
I
you say?
typically,
Huh? What?
somebody's asking me to fix my volume.
What?
What?
Huh?
But I'm keeping my volume at 69. Well, I just put it up to 69.
Oh my god.
So it's pretty nice.
Welcome to April Fool's Lorebeards, y'all. This is what we're like. We get giggly. We get a little silly, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm gonna stop that poll here in about 30 seconds to get your votes in. I like this comment here. It says Lorebeards from Micah. I like this water aspect because water warfare is pretty much absent in the setting. I want to see Imperial ships.
You know what's really funny, Ross? Do you know what one of the strongest enemies in all of Dark Heresy is?
What's that?
Strictly by ability and sheer damage that it can deal. It's the Kraken, who can one-shot greater demons.
Huh.
It is so and it's a goddamn random encounter. Like, it's not part of the story or anything. It's if you're crossing the ocean and you don't just fly over there, you have a chance of running into this thing. And it's like game-endingly bad. I have it in my book somewhere. I really gotta find my enemies book from Dark Heresy. I took all of the enemies because I was sick of trying to find certain enemies in certain books. So I took scans of those books, and then I took all of the enemies out and put all of the enemies into one spiral bound book, and it really came in handy.
That's cool. I dig that. But
Yeah.
now I need your painterly expertise because our next question is about the High Fleet coloration.
All right. I think
Uh,
if we're going with an aquatic theme, if we're going with an aquatic theme, honestly, I think we have to do some bioluminescence in there.
Okay, so we're gonna just pick this one. We're just gonna
No. I'm going to leave this up to chat. But
okay.
this
All
is
right.
this is where my brain is going. I want these Tyranids like pulsating colors, like similar to like anglerfish, where they pulse their lights to try to attract enemies or attract food
Mates.
in this case, mates as well. Where in this case the Tyranids are like pulsing to cause fear, terror, and also just to lure people into like false hope. Like you see the red lights flashing, and you're like, okay, there's an armored vehicle over there. You go over there, it's a Trigon waiting for you. Oh, that could be sick.
I
So we
think
gotta
I think bioluminescence is fine. We could just add that on. Like the whatever color it is, it'll include bioluminescence. I think
yes.
that's pretty reasonable, I think. Uh
So the first choice is Abyss Black, which is like, the xenomorphs from Alien, which is a sick color scheme if done correctly. It's a very difficult color scheme because a lot of people just paint their Tyranids black and then they give them a little bit of shine on the carapaces and they're like, I'm good. And it's like, no. You have to highlight all of that first. And you have to pick certain spots where lights are being shined on it. Then we got Bone, because who doesn't want to paint some white? Actually, bone is a really easy color to paint now, and it like I remember getting into the hobby. Bone white was like one of the harder colors to paint because you needed to have the right blend and everything. Now it's just, hey, you use white and then you put contrast skeletal horde over it and you're done. So we got bone white with sickly green veins. I like that. Tyranids, for some reason, have a lot of exposed muscle under their chitin,
a lot of
which is,
veins.
yeah, which has never made a lot of sense to me because that they would explode.
Okay, so I can explain this a little bit, and it's unfortunately very juvenile.
Oh no.
But when the Tyranids were made, back in the 80s, they were very what's the word I'm looking for here? A lot of their weapons were phallic,
Oh yeah.
and that's where we get a lot of the veins and stuff from. Just saying.
So did you know in the actual lore for like Rogue Trader / second edition, that era? So in those varying books, they used to say that the Tyranids had to stimulate their weapons to fire.
I remember. That's
Yep.
why I brought it up.
Yep.
That's why I brought it up.
Penis guns.
Biofoot coming in with a steel chair. He says, signing off on Alexis's suggestion. Dark green of the deep ocean and the bioluminescent color that Alexis would feel would be the best fit for the accents.
Oh, so if you're gonna do a super dark green, you're gonna want like if it's green, you want a yellow to really pop those colors out a bit. But I kind of like the idea that their skin is the chitin is actually black. The highlights on the chitin are green, and then you have the yellow or blue pulsating out of it. So you could have these really, really dark colored Tyranids with very bright neons with them. Could look really sick.
I agree. I'm going to end the poll in like 30 seconds because Biofoot kind of swept in with his steel chair and pulled off a big move. And I want to see what chat says, but I think we're going to go with Biofoot here because the super chat does override.
Mm-hmm.
And
Also, somebody pointed out, like Drukhari armor. Yes. Yeah, Drukhari armor is actually very, very naval, and I love it.
So it looks like we have a fairly even split. Black and violet got the top spot, followed by white and green, with obsidian and gold being the follow-up. And people are saying they really like obsidian and gold, so maybe we'll do something with that. But I think for the official, we're going to go with one more time here. It is dark green, dark oceanic green. And then what's the highlight color?
The highlight color is going to be like a super, well, okay. So it's the secondary color, not the
Sorry,
highlight.
secondary color. Then there's the secondary color, and then you said you wanted yellow for the accent, I think.
Yellow for the eyes, so you can make those pop as well. But ooh, what was the choice by chat?
That would be black and violet.
Why don't we make it violet?
Okay.
That way, it's both Biofoot and the chat's answer.
All right, works for me. Plus violet accent. All right, so green and violet. That's interesting. I think that's a little challenging to paint, but it could be really good.
But if you do it right, you can get those. Because what I'm thinking is the Tyranid is for the most part black. Then you have these like as the chitin rises. I wish I had a Tyranid here. I had like my Tyranids here for the longest time, and then I put them away right before we did this. But
well, yeah. So the next one that I need you to talk about is our most iconic Tyranid bioform.
Okay, chat, I'm going to say this right now, and this will make Ross tear out his hair. Okay? Ross, cover your ears for a second. If somebody wants, they could throw in 20 and make the most iconic Tyranid a Zote.
Well, I think I was going to say, if we're going with the idea that it's serpents and stuff like that, I think the Moloch or the Ravener might be the most iconic.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of bypasses. I don't know. You guys can tell me, but I think I'd rather bypass the vote on this one and just say we're going with a theme here, and the theme seems to be like Molochs or Raveners. Although I could have you vote on are there any other serpentine ones besides Molochs and Raveners?
There's a new one, the Red Terror, but that's kind of the middle ground between those two.
Ricky Chapman, thank you so much. Fun tip. He says, paint some like Army Painter Power Node Glow, Plasma Coil Glow, and Radiation Glow, Well Glow, under blacklight. It's awesome. For example, the armor of a Slaanesh champion. That's a lot of glowing there.
It is. And if you do that correctly, it looks good. I paint a lot of Slaanesh, so.
Oh, look at this. Sebastian Muller with a big old super chat says, now we're talking. What are we talking?
Are you gonna
what are we talking
saying that it's the creature, right?
What are we talking about here exactly?
So hang on, let me just make sure I get
that. What hang on, what's happening here? I am in the dark.
I just gotta make sure this is the correct amount so that they can do this. It's close. So their most iconic creature.
He says yes. Zotes. Oh my god. Oh, why? God, why? Zotes.
So for those of you that don't know, Zotes started out as a sometimes separate creature, sometimes Tyranid, that would act as an ambassador for the Tyranids. This lore was only ever mentioned in the Rogue Trader rulebook before Tyranids were fully Tyranids. This is before Gene Stealers were Tyranids, mind you. And they were never mentioned again related to the Tyranids.
Why do you hate me? Why? Why? What have I done?
This is my revenge for the attack moon.
This is revenge for the attack. I knew it. I knew you'd get back at me for the attack moon. And it's Zotes. I mean,
so okay. Our Hive fleet has a diplomat.
I'm gonna get a knock on the door from a Games Workshop lawyer any second now.
They're gonna come busting in. Thank the gods it's not like fucking Wizards of the Coast. They would send the Pinkertons after you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Games Workshop just sends a piece of paper and they're like, hey, please stop. And then you just ignore them.
Oh, well, I wouldn't do that. I think that'd be a bad idea. But we have a new thing, which is our Hive Fleet calling card. So why don't you list those options for me?
I'm still giggling that we have a Zote. And I imagine it's a whole it's a whole mermaid. You know what? Our Zote, because I'm going full with this April Fool's Day like celebration at this point.
What?
If somebody
Traitor! Betrayal! Betrayed me!
Somebody once. I was thinking the Zote could be Ursula from The Little Mermaid, and that's how they get the Imperials to surrender. The Zote goes with our Gene Stealer cult and hands them over.
Oh, Lord.
Under the sea.
Oh,
Under the sea.
Oh, God.
Okay. Our Tyranid calling
Please
card.
talk about the calling cards.
Okay. Revenge is complete.
Why?
Okay. I am a professional. I can do this. The sky rending. Acid swore. Oh my god. Speak the English language, Alexis. You could do this. It's your first language. Acid storms, which for some reason was the hardest tongue twister so far.
I just want to see Alexis interrupt herself and be like, "Hey, I'm talking here."
I hate that I do that. Acid storms and sky tearing storms. Now, I actually think that this could be twofold. The acid itself could actually be micro rippers that are biting into you and then exploding, causing the acid to actually get deeper into your body.
Part of the spores, the Tyranid spores, like there's tiny microorganisms in the air when they start assaulting a planet, and some of those can start to devour you. They can be little tiny rippers.
Mm-hmm. Then we got the bone harvest, which sounds like a Nagash type thing. So I'm gonna assume that this is Nagash sitting in the background going, "Here, man."
Oh my god! You incompetent boobs.
Well, we're also left as skeletal plains. I actually really like this because I love the idea that the planets themselves are just getting completely devoured and then moving on. Like, there is no hope, there is no communication, there is nothing. The planet just stops paying its tides one day, and you go there and it's just dead, gone. I love that. What was the next one? The Hive Renaissance?
Hive residents. So this is the cities before the flood of creatures come in, the metal in all the buildings and metal in all the tanks and everything, it starts to kind of vibrate in tune with the approaching swarm. Like there's a resonance that builds up between them, which I thought would be kind of a weird way to make the cities sing their own dirge of death.
I do like that.
Although the last one is very more Cthulhu. This is the flesh ascension, where people slowly start to turn into chitinous statues. They're the buildup of the microorganisms on their bodies. It's not just eating them; it's actually like leaving weird Baroque statue, like almost like a statue of their remains. Reaching for help or begging or something like that. But the body inside's been devoured. It's all gone. It's just the exterior shell remains. It's the cast off of the process. Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Well, I thought,
although the flesh ascension still sounds like something that sounds a little bit more Slaneshi.
I mean, when you're talking about Tyranids, you're talking about a lot of flesh stuff because they're all organic all the time.
They are definitely organic, which is very weird that they developed a bug that is a SMG.
Yeah. Well, they have, almost every piece of their equipment is a different organism. And even just looking at, say, like a Tyranid warrior, that's not one being. That's actually like a colony of critters that are attached to each other and symbiotically working together. I would argue, I don't even think a hive tyrant is a singular organism. I believe they are made up of multiple organisms. So, all right, let's close that poll here in 30 seconds. Get your last votes in on the Hive Fleet calling card.
Become crab.
Become crab.
Also, somebody pointed out one of them, which was like, I think I like this one a lot, like dead coral.
Like dead coral, yes. Very good. Very good. And you could argue that this guy points out that the singing cities could be from sonar.
Oh, somebody. And yes, I love that. There is also a comment here. Here's a thought. Kangaroo-like Tyranids. That's called the Damacaran. That is a Tyranid. It's technically supposed to be a grasshopper, but it 100% just looks like a kangaroo, like the body style.
Super Orlock, thank you for the super chat. It says now featuring Zote from Rouge Trader. From Rouge Trader.
Oh, don't do that. I'm too dyslexic, and I read that as Rogue Trader.
And then Biofoot, Flesh Ascension is 100% a Skinamax night flick.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that's could probably require some explanation. But back in the day, Cinemax was a separate series from HBO, a separate service from HBO, and they tended to focus on softcore adult entertainment in the evenings. So it became a thing to call it Skinamax because you would turn it on and typically see, some skin. But that was years and years ago. So decades
History
ago.
with Ross.
Yeah, well, I'm a man of a certain age. I remember many decades. All right, let's close the poll and see what chat's decided. Chat has decided that it is the Bone Harvest by 1%. Wow. Bone Harvest was 33%. Hive Resonance was 32%, and Flesh Ascension was 32%. That's about as close as you can come. That is a close.
Far too immature for that series of words in that order, out of context.
Awesome. Awesome. That's all I have to say. Wow. All right. So the Bone Harvest is our calling card. And how would you want to describe it? The Bone Harvest?
Dead coral. I just got to take care of something really quickly.
All right. I'm going to say leaving behind frightening shoals of dead coral. Usually just in weird, organic, maybe Geiger-esque.
Yep. I'm going to mute really quickly. I just got to say something over to Victor real fast.
Yeah, no problem. So our next thing I will talk about while she's busy, we are going to be looking at the preferred prey type. The preferred prey type. This is who our Hive Fleet likes to go after. So, Alexis, why don't you talk about our preferred prey type options while I get that?
Oh. So we have 4 different types. We have the weak-willed, easily indoctrinated, slow-witted humans. These are your mining worlds and things like that. Like you're targeting what are they called? The prison planets.
Penal worlds.
Thank you. You're targeting like penal worlds, places with like little to no defense.
I am not mature enough to let that one go by without a giggle either. It's a penal world. Snark.
Especially with the Flesh Ascension and Bone Harvest. We are very adults here. Okay. Uh-oh, things are changing. Okay, there we go. So the weak-willed are things like your penal colonies, your mining worlds, your outposts, things that aren't too well defended, something that they can get in. The Tyranids want to get in quickly, devour the planet before they could ever call for help, and leave and move on to the next prey. God damn it, Godzilla Rex. God damn it.
What is he saying? Oh, I can't say that online. Okay. Yeah, y'all are taking this in a different direction. We
We
did.
are
It's
for
my
sure.
fault. I said Geiger. It's my fault. Like that's the
Yeah.
first thing you think of when you think about Geigers. So.
So then we have the Iron Fists, planets that rely on Guard and Adeptus Mechanicus. This could be for two reasons. Our Tyranids like to have the Adeptus Mechanicus's brains so that they could quickly adapt to fighting other types of technology that they haven't yet encountered on the battlefield. They'll have the knowledge of it stored in their genetic memory. Same with Guard. Just killing them is easy. Well, easy nourishment for the Hive fleet, obviously, but also if it's like a combined arms world where they're just getting people ready to ship them out, then you have multiple different types of Guard. Then you have a buffet. Then you have yummy, delicious, tasty Guard of all different types.
A buffet. I'll have a little bit of the Cadians and a little bit of the Steel Legion, and I want a double helping of Kriegers.
Have you ever gone to like a Chinese food buffet and like got a pizza?
Not at a Chinese food buffet. I have done it at a Italian buffet, and the pizza was actually the worst thing that I found.
Oh,
So
that's fair.
oddly enough, it was the Cinzettis. Oddly enough, the pulled pork was amazing. So
Oh, nice.
it's one of those
Like,
things. It's like
every time I go to a Chinese food place in America, there's always like that one spot that has like the most random shit in the world, and it's like pizza, and you're just like, why is that here? Like, I'm not gonna eat that, but why is it here?
our other
Okay,
options are the Xenos Touched, which is basically Eldar or Orcs or Tau or non-Imperial humans. And the last one is God Worshippers or the Holy Worlds, the Shrine Planets, the Cardinal Worlds, Sisters of Battle, convents, things of that nature. Give you guys about 30 seconds before I close that one because, Tyranids have assaulted Sisters of Battle convents before. As I recall, it didn't go well for either side.
there is a passage in the current Sister of Battle Codex that states that an entire Hive fleet attacked a shrine world and killed everybody but one sister, and the Hive was completely obliterated.
Okay, that
I
sounds like
mean,
a story the sisters would tell. I don't know if it's a true one.
no, but like I could see that. But also that means that the sisters KD is better than the Space Marines.
Hmm. I mean,
Just saying,
again,
I'd rather lose like 10,000 sisters versus like 100 Space Marines.
okay. I'm sure you're not suggesting that women in the 40K universe are more expendable than men.
Well, I mean, so first off, Space Marines are not men, they're transhuman. They are beyond gender at this point.
I mean, they
And
are transhuman. That's true.
and they're big dumb idiots in the best armor imaginable. I think it's simply a matter of investment opportunity.
Insert Corey there says, let the sisters have it.
Yeah, let them have like one victory.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Getting killed.
I think that's fair. They should have one. According to chat, the preferred prey is the Xenos Touched.
Now, chat. Do you want to make Ross go even more mad than he normally is?
Oh God.
Somebody could throw just a $20 super chat.
Oh no.
And change it that their preferred prey could be the Xenotouched, but they have hunted something to near extinction in the galaxy. Hrud. They are Tyranids specially designed to hunt Hrud.
Oh, I do not like Hrud. Hrud were a mistake from the very beginning, in my opinion. And I agree with Andy that like Space Skaven just like under it actually makes regular Skaven worse.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Primary hunting method is our next option here.
We're just having fun with this, aren't we?
Oh God, we are. You know what? It's fine. Like building a high fleet is fine. These Let's Builds are actually one of my favorite things to do.
They are. I do really enjoy these. I love seeing what our chat comes up with. I love watching both of us freak out about certain dumb stuff that Cindy that we wish wasn't.
I mean, we've already got a planet that's heralded by a Zote shows up on a boat. And it's like, hey, just so you know,
Zote on the boat.
The waters are rising, and soon you will all be devoured by Hive Fleet Nidong. But the primary hunting method is between 4 options. Would you like to read these options while I put the poll up?
Yes. So the world swarm. Oh no. Oh, Ross, I'm so sorry.
The red of return, Ice Fades 88. Why? Okay, so their preferred prey is Hrud. Oh, Jesus.
Now, Ross, you need to explain what Hrud are to our lovely guests and why they shouldn't be a part of the lore anymore.
I mean, so in the 3rd edition Warhammer 40K rulebook, there was this illustration of a number of aliens, and one of the aliens was a little guy in a like a Jawa-like cloak with a gun, crouched with like little tentacles, and they said this was a Hrud. And later on, people were like, "Oh, that's clearly a space skaven," and people later were like, "Oh, that's clearly a flatworm type being that was shown in Xenology." Which Xenology, for anybody who doesn't know, Xenology is the one Black Library book, background book you should never ever read because everything in it is wrong. What we know about Hruds is that they're scavengers, they're parasites. They usually infest worlds rather than openly conquering them. Their bodies are hard to study because they wear like concealing clothing like rags and cloaks, and their corpses tend to liquefy rapidly after death. They have some sort of mysterious effect that can rapidly age living beings and accelerate the decay of objects around them. They were first encountered in the Great Crusade, just like almost all the other aliens that the Imperium has ever met. The Iron Warriors, to their credit, did a brutal crackdown on Hrud and wiped out a lot of them. In the current era, they're mostly found. They're found on some weird places, and there's this weird Eldar myth that links the Hrud to a being called Qua, who supposedly commands them, and they think it might be one of the old ones. They have a weapon called the Hrud Fusel. It's like we speculate that it's some sort of warp plasma rifle, but we don't know. Yeah, they come out of tunnels, they overwhelm outposts, and their entropic aura cripples people with weird, creepy time manipulation stuff. That's the best I can do. Did I leave anything out?
No, you got it perfectly.
All right.
Ice Veins 88 says sorry, Ross.
buddy.
Now,
buddy. Why?
The Hrud.
What did I do to you?
The Hrud were like GW trying to slip Skaven references into 40K, and the Black Library writers kind of wrote like the most random shit about them. And now we have an unstoppable alien race of space Skaven that rapidly age space marines, which up until a certain point, space marines didn't die of old age. Now they do. And that's because of the Hrud, but also because some writers thought they should, but it was never established that they do. So it created like this loop in the lore of this is kind of dumb. And then it was supposed to just be a cheeky reference, and then the fan base really liked the idea of Space Skaven, and it's kind of never gone away. Kind of like me and the Zote. I love the Zote.
Super Alexis, today I am the April Fool. Yes, thank you. It's Make Ross Suffer Day. I was born to suffer. All right. What is our primary hunting methods? What are they?
Okay. The World Swarm. A single planet crushing wave. Absolute infestation as quickly as possible. Overwhelm all of the fences as quickly as they can. Devouring everything in their path. Killing everything. Making sure there's no escape. Or
Blitzkrieg. It's a blitzkrieg.
It's a blitzkrieg. Or no, second choice. The slow infestation, cults and corruption. This world could have been an imperial world for hundreds of years at this point, cult is super powerful on the planet. The Inquisition doesn't suspect anything. The cult starts building a certain Tyranid bioship, pulls the Tyranids to the planet, and then slowly over hundreds of years, thousands of generations, the plan finally snaps and the Tyranids arrive. The cult gives themselves up, causes riots in the street, betray their officers, kill hundreds, and then feed them to the Tyranids themselves. That is actually one of my favorite because it is as evil as it can get. Like, you could have a best friend your entire life, and then all of a sudden they're just completely different because the hive mind tells them to be. Then
Yeah,
we have
hey Jim, where'd you get that weird scar? Oh, don't worry about it. 2 weeks later, I am sacrificing you for the Hive fleet, Nidhogg.
oh yeah, you mean Three-Armed Bob? Yeah, he's been a great worker. Dude's been working here for like 300 years. How old is he? He said something about being here for thousands. We don't know. Yeah, he's fine. Then we have the surgical rend. Precise strikes on key locations. Think the Battle for Macragge, where the Tyranids struck at very strategic, very vital locations, destroyed certain units as quickly as they could, overwhelmed the Terminators and killed all of them. And it was only the Imperial Navy that ultimately led to victory. I'll give it to the Navy, not the Ultramarines. Then we have the Machinery Bane, targeting vehicles and Titans. So they know exactly how these machines operate, probably better than their current the current users know how to. And they're going to hit tanks with like acid rounds on their treads, go into the intakes of engines with fire bombs or plasma, in this case, bioplasma. They're going to scream at tank crews or Titan crews, causing them to kill themselves inside the vehicle itself so that they don't even need to deal with the Titan. They can just push it over at their leisure. Yeah, Titan killers.
You are. I'm all about Titans too. Trust me, I love Titans. Have you ever read the graphic novel Titan by
Yes.
Dan Abnett? That is some good stuff, man. That's Dan is a very talented author, but he's also a very talented comic book writer.
Yes, he is.
And he doesn't get enough credit for that.
No, I think he needs to stay more into comics at this point. His work is fantastic.
Yeah, if you haven't read, sorry, go ahead.
There is one Titan fight though that always like is in the back of my mind every time I see or think of Titans, and that is, well, now there's two, but Aaron Densky Bowden's Master of Mankind, where Dracnian possesses a Titan, and there's this huge Titan fight, Warlord versus Warlord, and then there's this running, full tilt running Warhound that is possessed by Dracnian that the thing is trying to fight, and they can't get their weapons to bear on the target. And so what the Princeps does is she takes off all the targeting, opens the shielding of the cockpit, and just manually aims her weapons, gets her weapons like blown off and everything. And she's like, everything's overloading. The Titan's about to die. Blare the war horn, fucking shoulder checks the other Titan, shoots all of its missiles into it, and then tackles it, blowing up over a cliff. It's one of the coolest scenes in the world.
That does sound rad as hell.
It is rad as hell. And then my second favorite is the animation Kill Lupercal. I'm not going to spoil it, but that entire animation is so badass, and I love it. I love the way the Titans act. I love that they have this whole prediction of how long the Titans are going to last on the battlefield, and a Titan crew of a Warlord Titan being told you're only going to last for 28 minutes to a Titan crew is terrifying. I love it. Absolute cinema.
So we have a choice from chat. Surgical strikes are the primary hunting method.
Ooh.
And now we're going to talk about the Hive Fleet theme.
Okay.
So why don't you talk about the Hive Fleet themes here? Although you might skip this one. This is one that's kind of, I mean, we already know what it's only variations, very narrow variations on a theme.
I mean, it's Under the Sea.
Do we,
Under the sea.
yeah, we kind of could skip this. We could just say that the theme is
Aquatic.
aquatic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or you know, terror from below or something like that. That would
Mhm.
kind of do it. Terror from below the sea. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Yeah. See,
I think
that
we just skip that one. Yeah.
it also fits into the Cthulhu mythos because one of the
Yeah.
things that a lot of people just seem to forget when it comes to Cthulhu is all of the oceanic themes in it. Granted, a lot of that was very horrific stereotyping of a certain group. We're going to skip that part. But reading the original stuff is pretty bad. But the Cthulhu mythos from more modern sources, I really like the idea of sacrificing to the ocean so that you can get your riches from it. And I'm imagining that's what the cult is doing. They're the fishers and everything of the planet. And they've just been slowly feeding people like infected, like gene stealer infected fish that the Tyranids below have been making, and they're just like, no, the ocean is prosperous. Please eat. It's so cheap. We could feed everybody. Eat this fish. And just everyone like has it in their own mind. And then the simple loss of humanity once the Hive fleet starts showing up. Just one day you are yourself, the next second, everything that you are is just gone. And you are just a pawn for the hive mind. Fishman
Yeah.
cult.
So the next one is the planet type of the Gene Stealer cult, which I really love.
Yeah. I mean, chat, it's got to be oceanic, right?
I'll put oceanic in here. I'll put oceanic on here.
Yeah, we have to.
We'll let him
So,
vote. One of the options is Frost World though. So it could be like, you know, Antarctica where it's covered in ice, but there's water underneath that ice.
so in all
That's very
fairness,
Cthulhu. That's very Cthulhu.
also the hive world could have an underhive that is submerged.
Yeah, I mean, hive worlds can be on oceanic worlds too.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing it out
we
there.
have a hive mire, dense, polluted industrial hive worlds. This could actually work with the Gene Stealer cult bringing in food to feed the populace and them not simply having no choice. In fact, the one Necromunda gang actually does this.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Delac.
Yeah, the Delac. They constantly are feeding. Well, they're worshiping a creature that is definitely Cthulhu. And yeah,
Gideon Gleeful says undersea could mean giant Tyranid Moloch mosasaurs. Woo! That is rad. Yes. I love that idea of Molochs not tunneling but swimming. Oh, eel-like Molochs.
Wait,
that's rad.
it wouldn't be a Moloch. It would be a Harridan. So instead of having the giant wings, it just has the flippers.
There you go. It's a Harridan. Yeah. It's just not in the air. Well, I mean, it can do both, right? I mean, there's no reason why it couldn't swim and fly. They can adapt. That would be rad. I think Oceanic is probably going to win. I'm just going to put that down.
Well, all of these have a chance of being oceanic.
Right. It could also be Frost World.
So then we have first off, we have the Hive. Obviously, just big giant hive on a planet. The pollution of the ocean can actually hide the Tyranids underneath, which could be really cool. And the only ones that are brave enough to go out there are the Gene Stealer cultists, because everyone else just mysteriously disappears. Then we have the Frost World, frozen mining worlds with an undersea. I'm going to go with undersea because that's what I said. I misread it, but I'm going with it. So this could be ice so thick that the planetary population does not know what's down there. So they make up these myths and legends of creatures under there, not knowing that they're actually truthful. And again, it could just be research. It could be harvesting the ice to make water for other planets. It could be any of those types of things. Then we have the Hollow Shrine, an ancient shrine world ridden with tunnels. These tunnels could also dip into lakes and
catacombs.
Catacombs.
Yeah, flooded catacombs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it really depends. How do you want our guys super religious? Do you want them as saviors of a world? Do you want them as simple miners and excavators, or do you want them to be an underworld, backwater planet with no Adeptus presence? So this could be like, just a standard Imperial world that's just on the outside of the known space. Something
I
that a rogue trader picked.
I think we could call the poll because it's huge in one. There's a 78% on one of these options. I think it's too late.
Well, I tried.
I think they were all good options, but the chat has spoken very firmly. 74% of you guys want oceanic worlds, so we're doing that.
Yeah.
It's an oceanic world. We knew that was going to happen. I mean, as soon as we started talking about the mosasaurs, I was like, oh, it's gonna be oceanic.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that is one of the coolest things that Jurassic World introduced was the mosasaurs on the big screen. I did absolutely love that. I just wish those movies were good.
Yeah, okay. I'm possibly unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I have not loved a Jurassic Park movie since the first one.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the Jurassic World ones with
Chris Pratt
and what's her name?
I forget.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah,
those with Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt. Those ones are terrible. Those ones, they left me cold. And the most recent one was with Scarlett Johansson.
God. That one was just awful.
It was very disappointing. So I am down on Jurassic Park. I know Alexis is a big Jurassic Park fan. So there's that.
Even my coaster for my tea is Jurassic Park. I have like 4 things Jurassic Park related in I love Jurassic Park. I will say this, the worst part of the Jurassic World movies was Chris Pratt the entire time. He was just terrible. And those movies were written by idiots who did not understand the source material. And the best character who actually I could go on a giant rant about this. I'm not going to. The Jurassic World movies are good sci-fi movies, but they're not good Jurassic movies. I will say that. I will also say that they actually go in order from best to worst, which is hilarious. The first one being the best, the second one being the second best, the third one being bad, and then from then on it's just bad.
There's that one with the dream, and it's the Velociraptor on the plane goes, Alan.
The weirdest part of that whole thing, the weirdest part of that whole thing, I could see you having a nightmare like that. Totally fine. Why was it a Velociraptor, in quotes here, because those are Deinonychus, not Velociraptors, but why was it a Velociraptor that he's never seen before? If it was the Tiger Raptor from Isla Sorna, if it was the big one from Isla Nublar, those would both make sense. But no, it's the Jurassic Park 3 Raptor that he has yet to see. So he has a fucking premonition of the raptors he's gonna run into.
Speaking his name.
Yes, and it's so it's oh
it's
my
bizarre.
God.
It's bizarre. We got a super chat from Gideon Gleeful. He says, Gene Stealer cult infiltrate oil rig and fishing rig workers on Oceanic World. Imagine 40K still wakes the deep except with Gene Stealer and Nids. Yeah. Not Deep Rising, although that's a great movie. Deep Star 6 is the one I was thinking of. Deep Star 6 is kind of like this. This is cool. The oil rig and fishing rig workers. I love that. It's a cool idea. We are now about to talk about our Gene Stealer cult's public face. Alexis, would you please read the options?
Gene Stealer cult's public face. This is the face that they use in public. It's like me when I put on makeup.
Makeup would not improve this.
Yeah, but guys have beards.
It's like that is our version of makeup. It's like the one thing.
It really is, though. Have you seen a guy before and after shaving their beard?
Yes.
It is like, what the hell? Why would you do that?
Some guys look good shaven. Some guys look good bearded.
That's true. That in between, though, that has to be like a hard few months.
I mean, John Krasinski knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Victor's growing out his beard, and it looks super nice right now. And I love me a big, strong bearded man. Anyway,
let's talk about some Gene Stealers, some big, strong, third-armed men.
yeah, the 3 arms. They know what they're doing. So we got the Brood Guild, labor unions and working sex gone rogue. I love that one of the biggest jokes with Gene Stealer Cult is that they actually form unions on planets.
Yeah.
And like that's seen as their evil act. And it is perfect satire that GW accidentally stumbled into because they did not write that on purpose. I love that.
Can I address a comment really quick? I did see
Yes,
this one. Wesley said, note to self, make a list of all the movies Ross references that I have not heard of. Bro, if you haven't seen Deep Rising, it is a campy monster action flick.
It is really good.
But it's like one of the best campy monster action flicks. And it stars Treat Williams and Famke Janssen. This is like pre-Bond Girl, pre-X-Men Famke Janssen as well, which is pretty fun. And it's just got, it's funny and scary with some cool action. Wes Studi is also in it, the guy that played the Sphinx in Mystery Men. Highly recommend.
For some reason, my brain went to Ghost Ship. I don't know why. Like ships and like horror movies that are also kind of funny. And yeah, Ghost Ship is that.
Ghost Ship is a campy horror. I would recommend Deep Rising over Ghost Ship personally. Oh, yeah.
But if you have like an hour to kill and you just want to watch something and be like, what the hell is even happening? Watch Ghost Ship.
Wesley says, I'm 34 and Dutch, mate. Yeah, well, okay. That would explain a lot.
And then
but I appreciate you. I appreciate you keeping track of the movies that I'm talking about. Like, I appreciate you. You guys are great. This community is awesome. I'm a big fan.
Okay, the public face, the Gene Stealer Cult's public face is the Brooding Guild is the first one. Then we have the Heretic Scholars, researchers obsessed with alien evolution. I actually like this because again, it goes into that body horror that's not really associated too much with Tyranids, but it is there with the Gene Stealer Cult because the Gene Stealer Cult will, with the biophaguses, will actually implement Gene Stealer genes into people to see how they mutate and how they act with Patriarch around and not around so that they could better hide themselves or better do their uprisings and everything. And I feel like the body horror element could really be there with these guys. The Cult of the I read this as Swimming Gods.
You know what? That's actually better.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cult of the Swimming Gods.
That's actually better. Swimming Gods instead of Swarming Gods. I'm down.
Yeah. I don't need to explain that one. We know exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
The Undercoven. This reminds me of like witches if they were in the hood.
Yeah, but these are more like, this is more like the Craft if it was on Necromunda. So yeah. it's like the really weird exiles, the people on the fringe, and they gather together in these little gangs and covens and groups, and they just sort of skulk through the Underhive, and they start to gain territory by, you know, scaring away anybody that would resist them, and anybody that stays starts to become like them over time. It's a very Body Snatchers-esque version of that.
Yeah, no, I'm down for that. Although now I really want to see a movie of like witches in the hood. For that, like that would be like one of the coolest movies ever. It would be like, it would remind me of like old 90s like movies, you know, where they're like terrible premise, but somehow they make it work, like Leprechaun.
Listen, they're remaking The Craft, but I like your idea better.
Yeah.
I like your idea. Put them in the hood. That'd be fun. Like Inner City. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that'd be amazing. And like, don't make them villains. Just make them there.
All right. 30 seconds to vote, everybody. And then we'll close that out. I like our Hive fleet so far. It has its own flavor. The part I'm still struggling with is how the Zotes fit in, but I'm sure we'll find a way.
Emissaries.
Yeah. You're going to have to give me some concrete examples, but maybe by the time we bulk this out, it'll be more, you know, it'll make sense.
Put the trench coat on.
And just like the Ninja Turtles used to.
Yeah.
A trench coat and a fedora, and everybody's like, oh, it's fine. It's New York. Who cares?
I mean, in all fairness, in all fairness, as somebody who's lived in New York most of their life, that doesn't stand out. Like,
Oh,
there
Rothian
is some crazy stuff that we see in New York.
Fairmoon says, "Hey, Lorebeards, as a pagan, which please?" Nice, good on you, sir. All right, so the we have a tie. We have a tie between Cult of the Swimming God and the Undercoven.
So it's an undercoven of the swimming god.
I think we have to combine them. Isn't that the rule? We should have a rule. What do you want the rule to be? You get to make this rule. What is it? What is the rule?
34.
No. What is the rule about a tie on the chat?
All right, fine. It's rule 63.
You're killing me. You're absolutely really killing me.
Okay. If it is a tie, we try our best to combine it unless somebody who super chats supersedes it.
That's fair. I think that's a good quote or a good rule. If it's a tie, we try to combine it. So we're combining it into the Undercoven of the Swimming God, which is a cool name. That's a rad name.
Thanks, dyslexia.
All right, so now we've got the cult's most visible creepiness aspect.
This is the Zote.
Just no, Zotes are not Gene Stealer cults. They're different things.
We don't need to explain that.
Yes, we do.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, we're actually like RPG nerds, so we want it explained. We're not like some GW writers where they're just like, magic. Done. Oh.
So please explain the options while I write them down.
Okay, we're on most visible creepiness.
Mm-hmm.
Black eye in the crowd. Black eyes in the crowd. Okay. Children with unnaturally pale eyes. I'm thinking Emily from Resident Evil 9.
Also, there's a cryptid called the Black-Eyed Kids that are just fully black sclera on their eyes.
There's also a band called the Black Eyed Peas.
Well, that's different. I like the second one, which is shared dreams. So entire neighborhoods or entire communities start dreaming the same thing. So they may be dreaming they're underwater, for example. Just saying.
Oh my God. Could you know those dreams where you fall down in a chair or something and you like wake up and you're like,
yeah.
It's as a practical joke. That's what they do to them. Okay. Then we have living corpses.
Living crops.
Yeah, crops. Corpses sounds way cooler.
Living corpses. That's what we are, Alexis.
I know, and I'm doing great at it.
Oh, y'all caught us on a fun day today.
For those of you that don't know, my second screen is a lot smaller, and I have two things up right now, so it's even smaller. And I have massive dyslexia, so I apologize, but it is making things way funnier than they should be. Living corpses, that's what we are. God damn it. Living crops. Plants that move and watch the cults or cultists. Ooh. I'm again thinking Resident Evil.
Well, I was thinking I was riffing on Children of the Corn, so I was trying to riff on.
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah, I was trying to riff on that.
I have Resident Evil on my brain right now.
Have you been playing the game?
Yeah. It's really good.
Nice.
It's like insanely good. Then we have the crawling shrines. Small skittering shrines that migrate. Oh.
like a crustacean, yeah.
Yeah. To me, my podium.
I mean, that could work. I like this one here too. Devin Urbina, excuse me, says black eyes like a shark.
Oh, I like that as well.
Yeah, like a shark's eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Yeah, that could be really cool. We have mentioned really quickly.
So is that all of them? I think the crawling shrines. Yeah, last one. All right, so 30 seconds left to vote, and we will close this one down. But we're building something interesting. Oh, Biofoot, what are you doing, buddy?
They sent us a thing in memes on the Discord. It's pretty messed up, and I love it.
Oh God. Okay. I'll have to go find this now. Okay. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Thank you, Livefoot. That's all I can say.
Oh, oh.
Oh, the cultists could have gills like fishmen. Okay, I think they get gills anyway. I think that whatever else we get, we also get gills. Because gills,
Okay.
because we're already voting, so I don't want to take those
Oh,
away.
somebody is trying to stop them from being fishmen.
Who? What? Devin Urbina, do not invoke the fishmen. Okay, we'll try not to. Try not to. It's too late, but we'll try not to.
Crawling shrine crabs. I imagine they all make the walking sound effect of Mr. Krabs.
All right, survey says, ding, ding, ding. Shared Dreams is the winner. Although Black Eyes and Living Crops did also get equal right underneath it. The last one was Crawling Shrines. Everybody thought Crawling Shrines was creepy, but just not cool creepy. So we're gonna go with the Shared Dreams. So Shared Dreams. So what kind of dreams? While I type this up, why don't you talk about what kind of dreams people may experience?
It has to be about drowning. Or like seeing something like hump out of the water, and at first it's like a normal like creature, like a whale or something, and then they just see like the spined back of a trigon or something. Or maybe it's like those weird TikToks that you see with the person like swimming under the water and then giant monster eats them, which they're always like terrible AI.
All right, so the next is the G-Steel Occult's internal structure, like who their leaders are.
Hey, the Brood Coven makes a comeback. Hybrid priest leading the faith. I love that. That could be our Zote. Just saying.
Oh, anyway. The Zotes could be the high priests of the G-Stealer Covens. But what about the Broodlord? And does the Zote plug into their telepathy or not? I'm so confused right now.
So I think the how to put this? The Broodlords or the Patriarchs can't be seen by the public yet. But an alien ambassador that has diplomatic immunity could. He could be a sanctioned Xenos.
Sure. He'd certainly say he was. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, then we got the claws. What is that?
Claw Council.
The Claw Council. That sounds silly enough to be 40K.
Right?
Yeah, because it's like, street boss like enforcers. They get a little tiny bit of power, it goes to their heads. They're just Karens running around. Then we have the Hive Chorus, psychic singing hierarchy. Ooh, I do like that a lot. Ooh. Although that kind of reminds me of like, what's that Whoopi Goldberg movie where she's a nun?
Oh, Sister Act.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, but with fishmen.
Remember, we're supposed to avoid fishmen. The Gene Stealers.
They're Gene Stealer cultists.
Yes.
That have webbed feet and gills.
Oh, I you know what? I missed a comment that I wanted to talk about here really quick. See if I can find it. And it was about Commissar Kane, which I really love that.
Well, the last one that we have is the Silent Board. Bureaucrats and administrators turned traitor. This is very much standard Gene Stealer cult activity. I like ours being like a little bit crazy and out there.
I'm going to ask Hawk for help. I can't find it anymore, but there was a comment that somebody was trying to talk to us about Commissar Kane. So let's see here. This is a fun one. Benjamin T says, yeah, that's not a hot take. That's just facts, Ross.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah, the poll is up. Please go vote on it. And the options are, again, the hybrid priests or Claw Council enforcers, or a Hive Chorus psyker, or a silent board administrator, which is like a corrupt bureaucrat. I mean, it is very classic for a reason. And we got 30 seconds left to vote on that, so do that one for me.
Super Orlock's super chat.
Possibly. Is it this one?
Yeah, we did.
Magic is just applied religion anyway, says Super Orlock. Thank you.
I mean, technically, yes.
You're right. You're not right. I mean, well, it obviously depends on the type of magic or the place you're coming from. But it is often that. Yes, it is very often that. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Super Orlock. All right, I'm going to shut down.
The view of religion, where it's like religion is how you explain the world around you when you yourself don't understand it. And I always love that description. And I can't remember what show it's from, but I know it's from a kid's show, which is like the most random thing in the world.
So the priests are now the leaders. And we now have the cult's main goal before the Hive Fleet arrives is our next bit.
Survive.
Well, yeah, but I mean, actually not so much, because they'll die to bring the Hive Fleet.
Oh, yeah. They will kill themselves en masse to bring the Hive Fleet. So we got 4 options. We got the defense break, sabotage planetary defenses. I love this one because it's always my favorite, like infiltration and sabotage, because you have the saboteur and things like that. So you want to like destroy ammunition depots and kill certain people that are in charge, and it's all great. Then we have the faith infiltration. Infiltrate the Imperial Guard and Astartes. Ooh. Astartes are going to be tough. They're going to detect you almost immediately.
Yeah, I meant to say Astromilitarum.
Well, I mean, Gene Stealers can infect Space Marines. It's just, it depends on what year the lore was written, because currently they can't, but they definitely can. So it's weird. But anyway, mostly going for the Astromilitarum and the Planetary Defense Force at this point. They're gonna try to take on leadership roles or assassinate those leaders, and try to make it so that the planets can't really defend itself, order its people into more random and less likely to be attacked areas, so that they don't have a main defense and the Tyranids can just run them over. Then we have the Flesh Prep. Okay, then. That is a name. Prepare the population for a mass conversion. That's kind of sick, and I love it. That's
the creepiest one, frankly.
Yeah, because I'm imagining that it's like the whole like baptism in the river thing from like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Everybody who gets on this bus line never comes back.
Yeah. But like, I'm thinking it's that with the water, where they're actually dipping them into the water to baptize them, but it's actually the maw of a Tyranid that's underneath them.
Oh God! Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Oh my God! Yes, now the baptism. Oh,
and now it's like only the faithless float.
Is she heavier than a duck?
Well, it's like the Tyranid itself is devouring them, and they're doing this en masse to people.
She turned me into a newt. A newt. I got better.
Where's the last one?
The last one is the cutting the signal. It's the destroying astropathic relays.
Yeah.
Which, is helpful. But to be clear, the Shadow and the Warp, when the Hive Fleet arrives, will do that anyway. So it's like it's helpful, but it's not the main thing. I put it in there because it is a tactic. A lot of GC cults do this.
do.
They do. They do. The Make-a-Lesk novels has a really great bit about a cult, not a GC cult, but a different cult, trying to take down astropathic relays to isolate a particular world, and they have to fight that off, which they do at great cost because it's a Make-a-Lesk novel. But Make-a-Lesk novels are really good. Oh, by the way, I finished Steel Tread and Demolisher, and they were both
nice. How'd you like them?
Both excellent. Excellent. Really enjoyed them both.
Did you get to that scene where Minkalesk's office, one of her officers, was like having a panic attack, and she's just like, "Stop it," because they will kill you if they see this.
The commissars that run around with Mikulesk's Cadians are very fearsome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're shutting down the.
God, they're such good books.
Get your votes in. I'm shutting down the chat in. Sorry, I'm shutting down the poll very shortly.
Day of Ascension is a good cult book. It is a fantastic book.
Hey, you'll be happy. I've got Void Scarred and Complete Infinite Divine on my list.
Oh my God, you're gonna lose an entire day because you were not gonna do anything else but be glued to your headphones.
Well, I read. I don't listen. So we've got.
You're gonna be glued to your book.
Mass conversion of the populace by 82%. You guys definitely want that. That's awesome. I think we have to add in your
the baptism. Yeah, that's because it's sick. It's so like Cthulhu-esque, but it's also like so Tyranids, where it's like, you know, they convince this whole planet over the course of generations, and like, because like if the ecclesiarchy came down and saw what they were doing, they wouldn't think anything of it. They'd be like, "Oh, it's a baptism, okay," and only the faithless float. Well, they believe in the emperor, right? Yes. Oh, well then, yeah, that makes total sense. Okay, so, keep going.
I've got options for the cult symbol, but none of these feel right now, like based on what we've built. So we could just decide a symbol and worry about it later.
I mean, we do have some really talented artists,
right?
And
right.
if one of them wants to make our Genestealer cult symbol, I'm definitely thinking like the Eye of the Kraken, where it's like the symbol's like this, and it just has the eye in the center of it, and then it has the Genestealer cult symbol around it. That could be pretty cool, or something like the baptismal pool, where you see all of the teeth around it. Yeah, you have a lot of options there. It could be very cool.
I think we should probably just skip ahead to the Hive Fleet's relationship, because the other things about the cult, we've basically decided. We already know what they're doing, what their modus operandi is. We know how they recruit. We know what their signature crime is. It's the baptisms. So I think we skip ahead to the Hive Fleet's relationship.
Ooh. I mean, yeah. Are they single, taken? Is it complicated?
It's really the fate of the Genestealer cult is what it really boils down to.
Well, like, we just need to know: are we dealing with like a divorced wife or a divorced husband? Are they abusive to their kids?
But it's number 20 on the batch there. So if you want to talk about that.
I'm done making terrible relationship jokes. I'm in a fantastic relationship. So let's see. The devoured flock, so abusive to their kids. The cult is consumed with the invasion hits. I've actually never liked this one as much as the others. To me, I always thought that the cult would actually be trying to escape the planet to go to other worlds, but they'd also be fighting against the Planetary Defense Force or any other defense force that is there, whether it be Astartes or Astromiltarum, because they would be sacrificing. That would be their sacrifice to their gods. Then we have the Living Bridge. The cult is is spared as a living conduit? Okay. Oh, that's actually pretty dark. We sacrifice ourselves to the gods and they just leave. Uh-oh. Well, guess it's time to go to a different world and try this again. Then we have the Hive cult. The cult becomes the prominent onboard Hive.
Yeah, like a Hive Fleet ship. They live on it now.
Oh, that's creepy.
They like parasites. Hooligan Mulligan, thank you, sir. He says they're at the jeans stealing stage, like denim jeans. Nice.
Hell yeah. The betrayal ritual. Let's try that again, Alexis. You got this. I believe in you. The betrayal ritual. The cult sacrifices the world to the swarm. I also like that a lot. I like that a lot. One of my favorites, though, is I've always wanted a book on this. I know it'll never happen in a million bajillion years. It'll never happen. I've always wanted a Gene Stealer cult that did all of this stuff, and then the wrong Hive fleet shows up. Like, we give ourselves to the four-armed emperor, and then like Hive fleet Kraken shows up and is just like, hi.
No, not you, not this way.
What? Wrong guys. And they kind of hinted at this in I think it was a Gav Thorpe book with the patriarch that became the Avatar of Cain, and it was really silly. Where they just killed the Avatar after that. Both sides like killed the Avatar, and it was super weird and definitely stupid.
So in the book Valador by Guy Haley, two Hive fleets come to the same world, and the Eldar are trying to stop them from joining, from becoming one. And they do this with Prince Iriel, and they do it with Bieltan and Ienden together. And the Avatar they think is lost. Bieltan brings out their Avatar, and it gets just absolutely dogpiled. It gets covered in Tyranids, and they're like, "Well, he's dead." And about some time later, I want to say days later, Ienden's force finally arrives. And when Ienden's force finally arrives, the Avatar manages to climb out from underneath all the dead Tyranids because it was killing them the entire time. And Bieltan's like, "Oh my God, our Avatar's alive. Woo! Yeah."
The only thing I can think of with that is the Avatar's like, it's post 2010. I'm not a joke anymore.
Right. Hey, to be clear, third and fourth edition Avatars were no goddamn joke. And I used to field them in 500-point bring battles, which made people very angry with me. It's like, how the hell am I supposed to beat an Avatar in 500 points? And I'm like,
just shoot it with your melta guns.
Power fists? Oh, melta guns. No, bad idea.
Yeah, that's the joke because he was immune to them.
Surprisingly, you think las cannons, you'd think that would be true too, but it wasn't.
It's very weird that GW doesn't like heat-based weaponry and avatars. It depends on the edition which ones he's immune to, and nowadays he's just not immune to anything. But he's got a much higher toughness. Like, he's much tougher in the game now than he was.
Oh, have you seen the stats on the new Defiler?
That thing's crazy.
It's broken.
It's okay, so it has a very big footprint and it can't land on terrain.
Yeah, but it could do 54 wounds.
Yes.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy. I really like it. I'm probably gonna buy one.
So the chat has spoken, and the cult joins the Hive fleet at the end of their world being destroyed.
All right, everybody, go into the Hive fleet and just start suckling on the walls to keep yourselves alive.
Oh, gross. Oh, that is wild. All right, so here's I put this in just for you. Oh, it is, what is the Hive fleet's voice in the galaxy?
Zotes.
So why don't you talk about those options? I will put out the poll for it.
A whispering psychic chorus heard in dreams. You just hear a slow pitch, darker version of "Under the Sea, Under the Sea."
It's like in a minor key, so it sounds like a villain.
Yeah, because every time they release a new trailer, they take like a happy-go-lucky song from the early days of singing, and they just slow it down, and they're like, "Whoa, spooky stuff!" and we put suspense noises to it. Where is the next one? A single booming intelligence that mocks the Imperium. Hey, Imperials, go fuck yourselves. Hey, what's your name? Tony, what's your name? If you know, you know. The Hive cult. The cult becomes the prominent onboard. Oh, whoops, sorry. That I missed. Sorry, I'm up to number 3. A silent watching presence that never speaks. This is kind of similar to what the Tyranids do now, but they are just 1 trillion voices speaking all at once. But it is kind of, it's weird. A silent Tyranid actually does sound horrifying. Like you hear all the kittering and the eating and the hunger noises, and then all of a sudden it ceases, and you just see the Tyranid sitting there, like staring at you, just a psychic vision. That'd be scary.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
A copy of suffering mind echoes before every attack. I love that.
We did get one guy saying this sounds like whale song. One of the comments here. I can't find it anymore. Here we go. It's Leslie's the Zote singing instead of whales. So it's Zotes doing whale song.
I like it.
I think if you guys choose one of the other than silence, we'll do the Zote whale song as well.
And at any point, you guys can throw in $20 and change anything on here, and just have fun with it. Like if you want, like Ross wants you to change the Zote out because it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, Zote whale song though is kind of cool. I gotta admit, like $20 and we'll make that the actual thing. But I want to add it in if we can find a way to do it. Just depends. Some of these things won't work. Some of the options will not work with a singing Zote. So there's that. Devin Urbina, hey, it's me, the Hive Fleet from the Dreams. Hey, yo. You know what? That voice reminds me of is the character Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is their landlord. You'd be like, hey, what you guys doing? You know. Oh, we got a super chat from Hooligan Mulligan. $2. It sounds like an airplane pilot with an intercom. Attention, Imperial worlds. Denizens, we are approaching 35,000 feet and descending.
You forgot the attention pilots. We are about to engage a planet, and if you look out to the left of your car,
you'll Roger. What's our clearance, Clarence?
Oh, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think that Mario's last name is still Mario, like the Mario Brothers, and Luigi's last name is Mario still?
No, I think that was a feature only from the 90s John Leguizamo film.
Me and Victor are torn on it. We both still think that they are still the Mario Brothers, so it has to be Mario and Luigi Mario.
God. So what is your I'm going to close the poll in 30 seconds, so please get your votes in. Alexis, what's your preferred option here?
I don't know. I really like the airplane pilot. No, but my preferred is like a kind of a combination of all of the voices and then silence. Because like the only thing I can imagine is like you hear all of these hundreds of voices coming from all around you. You're screaming in fear and everything. And like as you fall to your knees and you're about to give up, everything just goes quiet. And you just hear the hoof clacking of the Tyranid walking towards you. By the way, Tyranids have hooves sometimes.
Yeah, they started out with hooves. Yeah.
Yep.
Whispered chorus is the answer from chat.
Ooh, that's also really good.
Whispered chorus. Okay.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Downwards better.
All right. And then coming up next, clearly our Hive Fleet has got opponents, enemies. It has a hunter after it. We need to find out who the hunter is, the Imperial hunter, someone from the Imperium who's trying to discover or defeat or stymie or maybe even just study the Hive Fleet Nidhogg. Would you like to give those options while I put this up?
The only thing I could think of right now is that old TikTok of I'm a lesbian hunter. And the guy's name is Hunter, and everyone made a stitch about it. It was great. Ooh. I think it's so
Mario Jumpman. Bible says it's Mario Jumpman.
I mean, his original name was Jumpman.
By the way, Mario's a murder hobo. I mean, you could look at it that way. He's also a plumber.
If you read the original pamphlet, all the bricks that Mario destroys are actually the residents of Koopa Kingdom, or of Princess Toadstool's kingdom. And yeah, Mario's just killing all of them and robbing them. It's great. Okay, the Imperial Hunter most associated with the fleet. We have a paranoid Ordo Xenos Inquisitor obsessed with silence. Yeah, that makes sense. A Death Watch captain with a sacred power sword. It's his favorite one. A renegade Magos biologist tracking the fleet's mutations. And then the last one, we have a rogue trader hunting for the biggest trophy in the galaxy. Heck yeah. My favorite out of those, though, is the paranoid Ordo Xenos Inquisitor obsessed with silence.
Unsurprisingly, I favor the rogue trader hunting for a trophy.
I mean, yeah, we did just get that trophy, dude. The trophy hunter.
Yeah, we did the big game hunter. Yeah, for Armageddon.
I'm actually trying to get my friend to 3D print a cowboy hat with a head so that I can put it on him instead. So he's a cowboy.
Rothian Ferryman points out in myths, Nidhogg is trapped under Yggdrasil, the world tree, and Ratatoskr or Ratatosk in other versions, is a mythical squirrel who would relay messages on Yggdrasil. Could do something with that. I don't know how we would do a giant squirrel in 40K, but I'm sure there's probably a way to make it work. Also, don't forget we made our own rogue trader.
If we do the Death Watch captain, his name has to be Ahab.
Oh, yes, love it. Love
the Great White Kraken.
Or the Great White Bioship. I must find the Great White Bioship.
Darcy blows.
The squirrel is the Zote.
Oh, that's fitting.
Just shoot me. God.
You see, Chad is coming up with all of these great examples of how you could put a Zote into a Tyranid force, and Ross is over here trying to use logic and reason.
I live in a world. I live in a world that I like to think is one that makes sense. Zotes, Tyranids just don't make any goddamn sense.
We could actually name the Zote Ratata. Well, I'm just gonna call it Ratata.
Ratatosk.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm closing the poll. 30 seconds. Get your votes in. Woo! All right. So we got this. Micah says Ross thinks like a Games Workshop employee. That's the problem, bro. I feel called out right now. I feel called out right now.
Actually, if Ross thought like the Games Workshop CEO, the old one, he wouldn't even be here. But the new one, yeah, he'd be here.
Okay, so the Rogue Trader got over half the votes, so I'm happy to see that. So it's a trophy hunting Rogue Trader.
Darcy blows. Rogue Trader Ahab.
All right, I love that. All right, so our next option. What is our next option?
Our next option is the Hive Fleet signature Biotitan concept.
Yeah, signature. I knew you'd like Biotitans, so I threw this in there.
I do like Biotitans. Big giant Tyranids make me very happy. Titan Ripper, a mountain of claws and teeth to tear engines apart. Think the Hierophant, the big giant walking Tyranid that you actually see and fight in Space Marine 2. It's a rather disappointing fight, to be honest, but it's okay. Then we have the City Crushers, the chitinous volcanoes that... What is this? The chitinous volcanoes that burrow under the pines.
Yeah, it's a Moloch. It's a Biotitan that's essentially...
Okay. I got you. Because I was reading City Crushers and I was thinking Carnifexes, like the Wrecker Carnifexes. Then we have the Sky Eaters, a flying hive spire that blots out the sun. I can read, I promise.
Then we will fight in the shade.
Yeah, just a giant tendril that comes down and destroys entire buildings and everything. Those tendrils can actually attack, which is something that a lot of people don't know. Those tendrils are part of the actual hive ship itself, and they will whip and grab if they can. They're not very fast, but they can do it.
You know, Alexis, when a problem comes along, you must whip it. Whip it
Whip it
good.
good.
Woo! Deep cut, deep cut, deep cut.
Yep.
Oh, I love it.
How did Tyranids not have a giant spider? I
Yeah,
saw web and I'm just like, oh, that's a wait. No Tyranid uses web.
they should though. You think they would?
Yeah. So we have the Web Weaver, a biotitan that strings planets in what is that?
It's
Titanus filaments.
yeah, chitinous filaments. Yeah,
Okay.
there's an old movie called God, it's William Shatner. He's dealing with spiders. I want to say it's like Day of the Arachnids or something like that. And
I
at
was
the
thinking
very end,
David Freaks.
at the very end of the movie, it's this entire town covered in webs. And I was like, oh man, if you can imagine a planet from space just covered in webs, that would be wild.
Also, this is the most people we've had from Twitch in a very long time. We have 60 from Twitch.
Woo! Thank you, Twitch. Love it.
No, that's incredible. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm going to end the poll in 30 seconds. So get your votes in. Kingdom of the Spiders. Yes, thank you, Professor Shapp. Yes, thank you.
God, and again, I just want to remind everyone, especially new people watching this, on Wednesday, we do a little bit like fun 40K stuff that involves our community quite a bit. And on Saturdays, we do our deep dives into the lore of Warhammer 40K, talking about characters like we just talked about Wezdaka Gunsmech, Caiaphas Kane. We talked about Commissar Yarrick. And yeah, we've just been having a blast in this show. So if you guys want to support the channel, super chats are the best way to do it. It goes directly to us. It helps us out quite a bit. You can like this video. You can subscribe. You can do other stuff. You could donate 20 to change anything on this list, especially if it makes Ross tear out his hair.
What hair I have left.
My boy Wezdaka. Yo, Wezdaka coming back is so hype. I can't wait to buy him. Like, I don't even have an orc army and I want him.
We could probably skip the Biotitan visual because I think we already got that. Let's do the iconic lesser Tyranid organism.
What was the choice?
It would be the Sky Eater, a flying hive spire that blots out the sun.
Heck yeah, giant tentacle. Okay, so which one are we on? Lesser...
Yeah.
Iconic lesser monsters? Yeah.
Iconic lesser Tyranid bioforms, what I'm going to call it.
So we have the shadow crawlers, stealthy ambush predators that drop from ceilings. Think drop bears in Australia.
Well, so the most iconic, so we have at the very top, we have the Zotes are the most iconic, right? But the lesser, we're talking about not the leader types, we're talking about the swarms itself. Like what's this one known for? Is it known for, you know, gargoyles from the sky? Is it known for lictors creeping in from the side? You know, what are we? Because shadow crawler is the first one. That's stealthy ambush predators. Cathedra Devourer is a faith-eating monster that destroys temples. Probably.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
That's probably Carnifex's. Sky Maw is a hovering beast that swallows aircraft whole. That's clearly the Herodins. Seer Snapper is a psyker hunting bug with psychic hacking claws. So Zoanthropes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Gene Stealers with Nid Bioarmor Guyver style. Oh, that's rad. That is awesome. What a great idea, Sarmelian Bloodweaver. Freaking
also,
A.
Remember for 4 months. Hell yeah.
Dude, rock on. I love that.
Oh, Lictors coming out of the water, though, sounds terrifying. Actually, you know what sounds even more terrifying? The person being dragged alive, kicking and screaming as the last thing that they see is the sky darkening as they drown under the water.
Right.
Oh. God, I love that. I love that so much. I love the idea of just Tyranids being an actual horrifying monster and not just a, here comes a whole bunch of Tyranids. I hope you shoot them a whole bunch. I like the idea that Tyranids can be this absolutely horrific monster that is unreasonable. Like, that is, if you're going to have a, well, you know how I prefer my Tyranids. I would like them to have a face that talks like Kerrigan. But if we can't have that, I want them to be monsters. I want them to be scary. I want them to be like these horrific things. Like Space Marine 2 is great for showing you swarm-based Tyranid tactics where for some reason the Tyranids can't think about an ambush, which was very bizarre to me. But I want like you see it through the eyes of a guardsman, like shooting at shadows, like holy shit, where is it? And the like Death Leaper or something is just like trying to get around the guard just to kill the captain. And once it does, it just drags his body out to sea and just has it floating on top of the water. People come to try to get it, and that's when the Molochs attack him.
So Rothian has a really interesting question here. He says, what bioforms would you not see? Which ones are not able to be formed? I'm going to say for me, like for this particular idea that we've got, I think Venomthrope would be not appropriate or lesser appropriate.
Hear
maybe
me out.
Biovore, maybe.
Okay. All right. The Biovore would just be crab artillery. And that would that's fine. It could just crawl up and just poke its gun out of the tip of the water and just fire out of it.
All right.
I think that's totally fine. I think Zoanthropes are totally fine. They might actually be even faster because they'd be swimming, which might make them even more horrific. I think the things that we won't see are things like Dimacarans, which they wouldn't have a purpose in this Tyranid Hive fleet. We might not see as many Carnifexes because this Hive fleet doesn't seem to be the type that wants to just lay on and destroy something. It seems more like it wants to prolong the invasion as long as possible to gather as much biomass as possible, especially with its cult and everything active. We're going to see a lot of more Trigons and Molochs, and Raveners are going to be the mainstay. We're going to see less Gaunts, more Hormagaunts, because of the swiftness of the Hormagaunt versus the slower Tyranid Gaunt.
What about Turvagon? That we could do without a Turvagon.
The Turvagon might actually be more like a seahorse.
Okay, so Venomthrope is still something we could do without.
The Venomthrope I can see as like a jellyfish or some type of like octopus.
All right, the question is not what we want. The question is what we can't have.
I think the one that we're not going to see much of is probably the Carnifex and the Gaunt. And the Trevagon. I'd say the Trevagon will be extremely rare.
Okay, so let's go with Turvagon then, because I think that's one place where we agree. I don't think Turvagons would be part of it.
Let me see if there's any other Tyranids that I would
closing the poll 30 seconds. Get your last votes in, please. Yeah, I think Turvagons just maybe not so much. Here's a water gaunt, says Micah. Yeah, I mean like a water bug. Devin Urbina says it can have multiple characters. And that's from Controversial Opinion. They should give the Hive fleet MPD and schizophrenia. MPD Hive fleet. That's wild. It's a pretty wild idea. Probably a little late for this for Nidhogg though.
One creature that we definitely would not actually see is the Parasitomortrax.
Right, because it's a specific guy, just like the Red Terror.
Well, unfortunately, not anymore. The Parasite is now just a standard unit.
That
annoys me too.
The answer from chat is Lictors are our iconic lesser bioform. Lictors coming out of the sea. So how did our Hive fleet first appear? This is the next one. How did the Hive fleet first appear?
Oh, we might not actually see Sporocysts or Tyrannocytes either, because it doesn't seem like they're going to be deep striking too much. Okay.
Well, depends on how you define deep strike, because they're coming from the deep.
That's fair. That is completely fair.
Terror from the deep. That's if anybody knows that one reference.
There's a comment here that I want to read. A seahorse Tyranid, that gives me a picture in my head. Thanks, Alexis. So the Trevagon doesn't actually birth Termagants. It only holds them. And it then releases them.
So like a Trojan seahorse.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, its German name translates to broodfather. It's actually, if you go strictly by name, it might be a male Tyranid, which I think is pretty cool.
Well, Tyranids have less gender than even orcs, I would argue.
Yeah, well, yeah, They are, for the most part, I always view them as their sex has to be like female because they're ants, and then there's some that might be male, but it is so irrelevant to Tyranids because they would probably just adapt to be asexual on a planet and just replicate themselves if needed. Or they might be like that one lizard that just can change its genome enough to create a breeding population. So sex to Tyranids is meaningless. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be reading their first appearance. A crashed Hive ship detected on long-range aspects. Now, I could see the big game hunter actually finding this.
Oh, Lorebeards, Micah asks, a bit unrelated, but have you guys seen the image of Demon Primarch Perturabo they just released? Boy, is he huge. I've seen the image of the Iron Warriors painting, like it's an art piece, and there's a big ass. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
That looks cool. Go
ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wish that Perturabo was still just a Primarch rather than a Demon Primarch.
Like, I feel like Perturabo fell into the trap of they decided to make all the Chaos Primarchs Demon Princes before they fleshed them out. That's always been my stance on Perturabo, where in the Heresy, he rejects the demon almost completely. In fact, he actually has a speech about rejecting the demons and how this isn't his war. This is a war between gods and monsters. And it's a really, like, integral part of his character. And then he's just like, I'm a demon prince now, whatever.
I'm going to close the poll in 30 seconds to get your votes in, but I did see something I wanted to point out to Alexis, which is that the lictors could have an angler fish style, according to Benjamin T.
Oh.
Yeah, right? That's cool.
They could also be more like, have that angler thing, right? The lure. And then be more like mantis shrimp sitting under the water.
Ooh, mantis shrimp.
Boom. Grab them and just break them right in half because that's how hard they're hitting them.
Nestor Vitumbra coming in with a steel chair. Perhaps this Hive fleet uses its magma devourers or trigons as vanguard organisms to tunnel under the planet's poles, causing volcanic eruptions that melt the ice, resulting in massive floods. That's pretty wild.
Being added.
Okay, yeah, I will throw that in there.
That sounds absolutely incredible.
So let's say typical Hive fleet assault. Magma devourers, trigons as vanguard, organisms tunnel under the planet's poles, cause volcanic eruptions that melt the ice and trigger apocalyptic floods. Say that. All right. Very, very good point, Mr. September. Thank you for that support and also for that really great idea. All right. So yes, I'm going to stop the poll now and see what our answer is on how the Hive Fleet first appears. And the answer is crashed bioships. Oh, it's actually Benjamin. Apologies.
How dare you mess that up? I would have done the same thing, but I'm blaming you.
Benjamin's, by the way. Okay, Benjamin. Got it. Sorry. Sometimes I read these things and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. We had some fun over on the Lorebeards and Role Playing channel where I was trying to pronounce people's names. It turned out to be very different than what I thought. So let's just put it that way. But Benjamin, that's fun. I like it.
Is the result a tie?
It is. You're right. Nightmares and Waking Visions and Crash Bioships. That's a tie.
Oh, okay. So here's how I'd weave those two together.
Okay.
The one that's having these nightmarish visions is the hunter. Is the rogue trader. His fleet is suffering with all of this, and so he knows he needs to kill this creature. And that's where he first encounters these Tyranids.
Awesome. All right. We're making a pretty fun story here. I like this.
Yeah, because now we're rolling in story elements, like here's something that's related, here's the world, here's how the world gets messed up, the cult is there. Yeah, I'm loving this.
So I think we can skip the first world targeted.
First world problems.
First major Imperial counter move. Do you want to do that one next?
Okay, yeah.
All right,
like
so
this.
we'll the next question is, what is the first Imperial counter move?
I think one of these has to be changed though.
Okay.
Okay. I think the Adeptus Astartes, since we just wrote some of this, I think we changed the Adeptus Astartes to be the big game hunter.
A rogue trader crusade then.
Yes.
All right, fair enough.
Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense now with the story we're weaving together and everything, you know?
Yep.
I think it's going. So, we have a crusade by a rogue trader to find this creature and kill it because you can't sleep at night. And that sucks because that happens to me almost every night. And you kind of just wait there and then all of a sudden you're just like, and it just finally happens. Then the second one is a Deathwatch kill team is deployed to go and destroy this creature. The third is an inquisitorial purge of the Gene Stealer cult. They caught wind of the Gene Stealer cult and they're like, nah, not on our watch. And then the Gene Stealer cult is like, haha, on our watch. And then the last one is a fleet ambush gone disastrously wrong. Maybe this is how our attack moon gets destroyed.
That would be pretty wild.
So out of these ones, which one is your favorite, Ross?
Well, I'm obviously biased. Deathwatch kill team makes a lot of sense to me.
Honestly, yeah. I really like this. I really like Deathwatch showing up and dealing with it. Because you could have a Kakardon character show up and be like, oh, all of this stuff is terrible.
Space sharks.
He shows up with his little Baja, like, oh my god, this is terrible. Oh my god, Mr. Shark, hide your eyes.
You know, Jeff the land shark from Marvel Rivals is now entering the comics. He was so popular that he's a character that's now being showcased in the Marvel comics, which I think is great.
Yeah.
And he's probably on his way to the MCU. I mean, it's probably going to happen.
I think his first appearance was in the Harley Quinn comics.
Yeah, that might be true. That might be true.
Those comics are amazing, by the way. I absolutely love those. They got a little bit weird towards the later comics. I like the earlier ones, but yeah.
So, fun fact, I haven't been reading comics in a very long time. I stopped reading comics about 2005. So,
how dare you?
I know, but I have a great deal of comic knowledge up to that point. Like I was deep, and then I kind of pulled out, and I haven't really been back. I'm aware of storylines that happened after that. Like I'm obviously aware of Civil War and Infinite Crisis and things like that.
Yeah,
I know what happened. I just haven't collected them or really been.
I've been
staying current. I haven't been staying current.
When it comes to a lot of the current Marvel and DC comics, I kind of just gave up on them because the storylines were just laughably bad. But I do collect the Gargoyle comics and I do collect the Cyberpunk comics. The Cyberpunk comics are incredibly good. And I can't recommend those enough. But
they're saying Jeff was from Gwenpool.
Yeah, Gwenpool. Sorry, my bad. I mixed up those two characters. Harley Quinn had her own little plant creature, though. Yeah. I was thinking, actually, the fucking King Shark. What's his name?
His name is King Shark.
I got those two confused. My bad.
All right, so the answer is a rogue trader-led crusade.
Heck yeah. Makes sense. We know exactly who it is now. It's Ahab. It makes sense with the Moby Dick story too.
Oh, it does. It really does. Okay, so we do have a comment here that I thought was interesting. It says, "Lol, classic 40K. Even in their own Tyranid stream, they can't stop coming back to the Imperium." Well, here's the thing: Tyranids are not exactly nuanced or subtle, and they don't really have a lot of character beyond eat everything. So we got to have somebody that we can talk about that's somewhat relatable to the audience and has motivations that are beyond I eat things. That's what keeps it interesting. Granted, the Imperium is the lens we see 30K through, so it's kind of a natural fit. But I hear you, buddy. I do, and I know our lure seeker community is kind of like the Imperium, and they prefer the other things. But this channel, Lorebeards 40K, we cover everything. We cover Xenos, we cover Chaos, we cover Imperium, we cover all the things. And we're going to talk about all the things, including Imperium things. And if that's not your bag of tea or your cup of tea, that's perfectly fine. But we have covered Tyranids at length, and we're going to cover Tyranids even more in the future. We have covered the Eldari, and we're going to cover the Necrons, and we're going to cover the Tau. I'm excited about covering the Tau in the future. So keep your eyes on it. Keep your eyes open for that. By the way, if you are enjoying the deep dive into the grim darkness of the far future that we do here on Lorebeards, it would be very helpful to us if you could help us spread the heresy to other people by giving us a like and subscribe, because that will make the algorithm boost us up. It would make the algorithm happy. So there you go. Anyway, let's see here. The first Imperial counter move. That's what this is about.
Okay, so we have. Oh, wait, we've already read that.
Yeah, no.
My buddy just pulled a practical joke on me, and I'm mad at him. He made a fake Games Workshop a Warhammer community article that said "Say goodbye to demons," and I was like, "Are you serious? Let me check this really quickly. It's not there." And he just goes, "Ha!" And I'm mad. I'm mad.
All right, so we now have our Hive fleet. We have our Hunter. How does the first battle between them play out?
Okay, so we have 4 different options. A drawn-out siege for a Hive city. This actually makes a lot of sense, since the Hive city would be the only thing like above water at this point. And the Tyranids are just circling around them like sharks to prey. A fast strike on a key manufactorum. In this case, the Rogue Trader's owned world was assaulted by the Tyranids. What's the next one? A 1-on-1 Titan versus Bio Titan duel. I don't know how that would happen. A subtle ambush where the fleet hides until the last moment. I actually like this one a lot because it's like sharks coming up from the deep and just slamming into seals. Sharks getting those seals of approval.
Oof. The Tau versus the Titan versus Biotitan duel is definitely my jam as well, Godzilla Rex. And I put it in there specifically because I know Alexis loves her some Titans. I also love Titans.
I do love it, but as a first major battle, I mean,
why not?
I can see it, sure.
By the way, the band String Storm has a really good song about Titans. You look it up on YouTube, do String Storm and then Titan and then 40K. They have a really, really good one. I forget what it's called, actually. I'll see if I can find the name of it.
Just find it later.
No, it's really it's badass. Is it Titanicus? Yeah, it's called Titanicus. It's called Titanicus. So there you go. If you're curious about that song. 30 seconds and I will end the poll. Oh, is it really? Okay, never mind. I will stop promoting that. Okay, never mind. Forget everything I just said. Womp womp. Did not realize that. Anyway, but we have a good go big and go home from Ice Fades 88, which I agree.
I do like. Okay, all right. I do like me a Hierophant versus like Warhound duel, but weirdly enough, Tyranids don't have any like bigger creatures than the Hierophant and the Dominatrix. And the Dominatrix is arguably not canon anymore.
I think it probably is.
Yeah, because it only comes from like Epic, and it's the only instance of the Norn Queen that we actually have. Like where it's visible.
Oof. Okay, well, I'm going to close that poll. I did see the comment this comment from Devin Urbina, a Titan tool that gives legendary status to the fleet's Biotitan.
Ooh, yeah,
that's pretty rad. That's pretty rad. Okay, ending the poll.
No eyes.
Titan duel is the winner. So we have our first major battle.
So Dragon Magic 647 says, I mean, with that name, no wonder it isn't canon. Seriously, Dominatrix. Yeah, the Tyranid names are not the best.
Harridan.
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty funny like little jokes and everything, but somehow, some way, they named a Tyranid the Dominatrix. I don't know why, but they did. And yeah, yeah. Just want to point that out. It does exist. It is a Tyranid. It is very silly.
Okay, so what are the battlefield conditions for our signature battle?
All right, we have an acid storm and burning skies, collapsing hive towers and avalanches of rubble. This actually sounds really cool with like the rubble crashing onto them and them just like stepping aside or walking through it, like Fist of the North Star just walking through it if it's a Titan. Then we have rising tides and flooded ruins. I like this. The Warhound doesn't have much time, so it has to kill this thing and try to rise a couple of levels up above the sea. While the Hiradul, Hiradul or Hiradin in this case, because it could be the swimming Hiradin that's just coming out and trying to chomp it, and it has to rise up above the water and just blast it down. Then we have thundering orbital bombardments and falling debris. So shit's just falling from sky, smashing into wherever they're fighting. You have planetary bombardments trying to hit key locations that are near the creature. Yeah, it is Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Rothu Fairmoon says first battle is versus Titans. Cue up the Pacific Rim theme. The apocalypse is canceled. Damn it! The guy in the back of the room is like, "Damn it! I had unrefundable tickets to the apocalypse."
Yeah, I just made a bet on it on this betting website. That's definitely not betting.
Oh Lord! Oh God! That thing! Oh, I just saw a video about that. Yeah, it's totally not wagering. We're it's like a stock. You just decide whether the stock's going to up or down. It's a binary. I'm like, oh my God, guys,
yeah,
idiots.
It's definitely not for insider trading at all.
Oh Jesus, so insane.
Yeah.
We live in a very bad timeline. Anyway, moving forward. What are the battlefield conditions? I will be closing that poll in 30 seconds, so get your votes in.
I just love the idea of two kaijus fighting through like a destroyed city and everything, or the Hiradin jumping up like a mosasaur trying to bite the Titan's leg and drag it into the ocean, while the Warhound is like turning its weapons as quickly as it can to fire down into the water to try to just kill this creature.
Nestor Summer says Hyrodual is a Biotitan.
Yeah, it is. It's also got a silly name. One of my favorite is one of the Tyranids names just translates to grandmother.
Wait, you don't like the Hyrodual? Why don't you like the Hyrodual?
I don't like its name. I think it could have a much cooler name.
What about it? I mean, other than you just think it sounds dumb?
No, I just don't like the names of the bigger Tyranids. I think a lot of them could have been like named after more mythological creatures, and they would have been a little bit better.
Fair enough.
I mean, I nicknamed all of my Tyranids. They all have names on their underside of their plates. All of them are named after either comic book characters or old cartoon characters. My Hiradul and Hierophant are named Goliath and Demona.
That's good. That's gargoyles. Gargoyles.
Yeah,
okay, I get it. I picked up on that right away.
Yep. My three of my Carnifexes are named Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. And then I have my three Zoanthropes named Ed, and Eddie.
Okay, I don't think you can complain about Hyrodual anymore.
No. We live in the most buggy cyberpunk timeline. Bro, we're fast traveling to fucking Warhammer, and it's not good. We took the wrong career choice to get Star Trek. We didn't get Fallout. We still might, but we're fast tracking that to Warhammer 40K.
All right, so we have the next thing is there's a twist. What twist in battle changes the fight?
Oh, what was the choice?
Rising tides and flooded ruins.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That I love that idea of it. I love the idea of as the water's rising and everything, the Titan has to just start moving up. Oh man. So one-off battle twist that changes the fight. A sudden psychic storm that warps both sides. That could be really interesting, like divine intervention from the Emperor saving the Titan, or a actual like warp lightning from the Tyranids.
Right? Or zoanthropes.
Yep. The ground itself turns into a living flesh. Ugh.
Yeah, it's covered with like different bioforms come together to form like a carpet. You know how the Zergs would do that in StarCraft?
Yeah.
They'd have like a little creep, I think is what they called it.
Sir, his second Biotitan has hit the battlefield.
Yeah.
Good joke.
Well, that's the last one is a Biotitan reinforcement.
Let's see. A Gene Stealer cult uprising mid-battle.
Now
that strap a bunch of bombs to it.
Well, this is what I love is we have a G Stealer cult. We already know what they're called. We know what their deal is, and just in the middle of this fight between these two titans, the cult's like, now is the time, and they come running out of the freaking water, just jumping on the Warhound, I guess, or Warlord or whatever it is.
It could also be a Saboteur finally reveals themselves and blows up a chunk underneath the Titan, knocking it into the water.
That's rad too. I love that. Yeah, that they have mines set or explosives set, something like that. That'd be pretty well.
A hidden Biotitan emerges in the final moments. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the second Biotitan. All right, 30 seconds for that poll. Get your votes in. Hey, we got a comment from Cermillion Bloodweaver. Tyranid with psychic anemones and coral and such, like a jellyfish, maybe.
Like it.
Or a man of war. They should have actually like naming all the Biotitans after sea creatures would have been a thing. Would have been cool. Like the bioships. They need a theme. Their theme is kind of all over the place, unfortunately. Zoat reinforcements. Oh,
I'm just saying a $20 donation and it will be this.
$20 for Zoat reinforcements. All right, fine. If you pay for it, I'll do it. It's just, what would they be doing? Like, where would just all these Zoats just show up and start blasting away or trying to talk?
Blasting at it,
or they start trying to talk to it all at once? I mean, what's the deal there? I don't get that.
More Zoats.
Istian Lion says, I thought Gene Stealer cults were smart. Here's the thing. They can be cunning, certainly. But Gene Stealer cults, their whole purpose is to summon the Hive fleet to the planet and have the planet get devoured. I mean, you can argue about how smart that is certainly they have no they have no concept of self-defense or protection. It's like they're not trying to sustain their lives. They're trying to get eaten. They're trying to get the planet eaten. That's their whole thing in life. Oh my God. Sebastian Muller says Zoat Biotitan reinforcements. God damn it.
Hey, now we got a whole new unit in this game.
Zoats. All right, so Zoats are coming in. All right.
A Zoat Biotitan somehow. Oh my God. Yes, please. Carnosauruses are so cool.
Super Orlock says, I know that the Mosasaur is more popular, but I'm imagining a giant Tyranid Chronosaurus fighting a Titan. That is cooler. Dinosaurs are rad. And I wish Tyranids are taking their cues, obviously, from the Xenomorph, not from dinosaurs, but God, it would be cool. The Zoats, call in the Zoats, aside Spades, they've been called in. The reinforcements have arrived. The answer from chat. The answer from chat is G Stealer cult uprising. I think that's been unfortunately been preempted by the Zoats, but I'll add them as well, just so that we have both.
Just all of a sudden 200 Zoats.
Did you see Dead Sound's new Dinosauria episode? I'm not even sure what that is. What is Dead Sounds?
I
What
have
is
not yet.
Dinosauria? What is that?
It's just it's a new, if I'm remembering it correctly, this is the new show that's just came out. That's a dinosaur documentary, but I could just be completely wrong. Because I know there's a new dinosaur documentary and I have not watched it yet.
All right, the next one is the current state of the Hive fleet.
Okay, where is that? Current state of the Hive fleet. Okay. Victorious and expanding. Yeah, it could have won that battle. Broken and retreating. It turns out the Zotes weren't too friendly to the Tyranids afterwards. Hidden and infiltrating deeper. So they've gone into deep space and have shot out their probes all across the galaxy yet again. Is an animated dinosaur documentary on YouTube. Ooh, can somebody put that in the Lorebeards chat and just tag me in it? I want to send that. I want to see that. And then we have
Reawakening after
reawakening. Sorry, reawakening after long dormancy. So after this first major battle, they simply waited out the Imperium, or so they thought, and now they're reawakening and coming back into the galaxy.
Animated dinosaur documentary. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you guys for pointing that out. I was not familiar with it, so that's cool. YouTube has a lot of really interesting shows. So does Nebula. It's funny to me because obviously I was a TV watcher for a very long time, but I stopped watching TV around 2005. So for the last 21 years, I have not been watching TV. Instead, I've been watching YouTube and things like that, on the internet.
I just love this because look up what a Carnosaurus is. Looks like it. So basically, what he's saying is the Carnosaurus is in the Mosasaur family. It is a similar creature, but with a longer head to body ratio. It's actually a really cool creature. I really like it.
Although, yeah, it's very Mosasaur-ish.
Yeah.
It's just got more. It's like alligator Mosasaur.
Yeah. Although, if you want to go really cool, you could make it like a Suchomimus. And a Suchomimus is way cooler and is the coolest Spinosaurid. Actually, the Baryonyx is the coolest Spinosaurid. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Baryonyx being the coolest Spinosaurid.
I love that you use the term Spinosaurid. I think that's just really cool.
Well, that's the family group name.
No, I love that it's a term you are using. That's just what I love about it. You don't hear that very often. So, All right. Pulse closing.
Talking about dinosaurs. It's one of my favorite topics.
Pulse closing in 30 seconds. I also love dinosaurs. My favorite is the Ankylosaurus.
Ooh, Ankylosaurus is really cool. Mine is the Baryonyx.
And of course, the Thagomizer at the very end of its tail.
Was made in a comic strip.
Far Side. Yep. Back in the late 80s. All right. So I hope your votes are in. I'm closing the poll. What the current status of the Hive fleet is, dun dun dun, we will find out shortly. Drum roll, please. It is hidden and infiltrating deeper.
Also, chat, tell me what your favorite dinosaurs are real quick. I want to see a bunch of dinosaurs in the chat right now. Go for it. You are getting asked, as if you were over the age of 21, you are being asked as an adult what your favorite dinosaur is. And this is something that you've looked forward to your entire life.
Do robot dinosaurs count?
Yes.
Grimlock.
That's a good one.
Triceratops from Sarmalian Bloodweaver. Yeah, that's nice. A good one. It's classic.
Roth agreed with you on the Ankylosaurus.
Sebastian Miller says Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I love it. Utahraptor. Yo, Utahraptors are great, and they are what should have been used in the damn Jurassic Park movies because they are the right size. Either them or Deinonychus.
Stegosaurus. Dinosuchus. Gigantosaurus.
Giganotosaurus. Or Gigantosaurus.
I know it's basic, he says, Milken says, but it's all raptors.
All raptors are really good. That includes even current day raptors.
Carnotaurus.
The Carnotaurus are really cool. Yeah. Quetzalcoatlus. Technically not a dinosaur, but it's close enough.
Iguanodon with a lethal thumbs up. Toxic positivity, says Nestor Vitumber.
Hell yeah. Nanotyrannus. Yo, Nanotyrannus has a lot of a lot of flack right now, and I know that a lot of people are really upset that it got made into a dinosaur, like an actual dinosaur, and not just a smaller T-Rex, because that means that the T-Rex was probably just a slow ambush hunter instead of a run down the enemy or run down the prey type dinosaur.
So our
Yeah.
next option is, what is the Hive fleet fear?
Fear itself. Okay. God, you guys are awesome. You got some really good dinosaurs in there. I need to stream some Jurassic Park Evolution. Oh, Atherkentosaurus. Hell yeah. That is the dinosaur that I think should be the poster boy of like the new dinosaur franchise. Either that or Carcharodontosaurus. Because Giganotosaurus and T-Rex are overrated. Spinosaurus sucks, and a lot of people don't want to admit this, but the Spinosaurus had a small throat and probably wasn't feeding on anything bigger than fish. It's the same with most Spinosaurids, to be honest.
All right, so the options, what does the Hive fleet fear the most? The Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, and their warships, the overwhelming numbers of the Astra Militarum, the uncontrolled power of the warp, or a rival Xenos species. What is our Hive fleet fear? I'm going to give that about 30 seconds, and then I will close it. So get your votes in. What do you think, Alexis?
Okay, so Adeptus Astartes could be really fun, but it's kind of meh. And I know that our chat likes more of the more random stuff instead of the Adeptus Astartes. The Astra Militarum, while it sounds really cool, sounds like a buffet to them. Like, that's all you can eat. The uncontrolled powers of the warp, why fear that? We have the shadow of the warp. But a rival species, now that poses an interesting problem for the Tyranids. What could that rival species be?
Tau.
It could be Tau. Tau, rapid evolution of warfare, could be something that that does, pose a threat to them. It could be Zotes that have risen up against the Tyranids.
Renegades with renegade
Zotes.
There we go. I just for you, chat. I did that. I threw that in there.
I should have went with Indominus just to piss off Alexis. Oh, you already pissed me off by commenting that, you peach butt.
So what is the Hive fleet's greatest secret?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me get to that. Greatest secret. A hive mind shared. It's trying to reawaken. A shard. What? A lost hive mind shard is trying to reawaken. Thank you, brain, for telling me how to read. A failed experiment that could devour the hive itself. Ooh, I like this. I like the idea of the Tyranids themselves being the enemies of themselves. Like, if our hive fleet actually lost too much and another hive fleet shows up, that hive fleet could try to devour ours, where ours wants to be the one that is successful. So you could get a little hive on hive action, and not in that way, you perverts. A strange pack made with a Xenos force. Zotes again. A hidden gene stealer cult plotting against the swarm. I love this one. Hold on. That's the one. That one wins. That's my favorite.
Traitorous gene stealer cult, I guess. I'm trying to find ways to type this. There's only so many characters I could put into the chat options, the poll options.
Yeah. Rival Xenos could also be Necrons.
Could be. I like. I mean,
I like the Tau though. The Tau being like the answer to the Tyranids has always been something that I really like, where the Tau's technological advancements can keep up with the Tyranids' evolution.
All right, poll is up.
The sheer number would eventually kill them.
Vote is up. Vote on poll is up. Vote on what you think is the Hive fleet's greatest secret, and we'll give that about 30 seconds. Talk more about your particular favorite.
Well, I just want to address this comment really quickly. Westloose. I don't think that's done often. A cult that fights against another gene stealer cult.
No, very rare. Extremely rare.
Yeah, I mean, my personal like I would love to see Tyranids fight against Gene Stealer Cult. There is never going to be a book that explains this, unfortunately. And I don't think Gene Stealer cults even fight other Gene Stealer cults. Usually they're all a part of the same Gene Stealer cult. But yeah, I think it could be really cool. My favorite one out of all of this is still probably I don't know, I really like the Tau fighting them. I like the
Yeah,
Tau being the enemy.
I do too. Yeah. Also, the High Fleet Dagon was the fleet down in the Jericho Reach when we were doing the Deathwatch role playing game, and it was a splinter off of, I think, Behemoth.
Nice.
So Behemoth was the obviously Ultima Segmentum, and that's where the Tau reside. So
Yeah. They tried to push out a few times, but the Imperium said no.
all right, I'm going to stop that poll in 30 seconds, get your votes in, and I think we will probably, this will probably be the last poll. I think we should probably go into the trying to tie it all together after this.
Yeah.
So here we go. What is the High Fleet's greatest secret? And the answer is, according to chat, traitorous Gene Stealer cult. You got your wish.
Yes, let's go. Oh,
So
I love it.
So maybe talk about that a little bit.
So a treacherous Gene Stealer cult could actually be really cool because I've always had this like weird okay, there's two ways this could happen in my brain. One is that the biophagus figures out the blank gene. Like he somehow or they somehow figure out the blank gene.
Or they just run into a blank or a null and get them.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're severed from the hive mind itself. Realize everything that they're doing is just a complete lie, kill the patriarch, and start leading the resistance against the Tyranids. Ultimately, this would probably fail, but it would still be the last hurrah of a few men who tried to defy a god. And I always love that. I love that as a story. I think that's great. Especially one so closely tied with like the Cthulhu mythos where it's like, hey, you worship this thing. Hey, you did all of this. And then all of a sudden a magic rock just tells you, hey, it's, or it could be like, in this case, the magic rock could be Blackstone that just severs your connection to the hive mind. And you're just like, well, hold on a second. They're going to eat us. They're eating him. And then they're going to eat me.
No! Oh my God!
I'm
deep
so
cut,
glad you get
cut,
my movie reference.
Deep cut. Oh my God. Well, they show that clip a lot at the Alamo Draft House, actually. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
I love it. They're eating them. Now they're going to eat me. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, I could see something like that.
Yeah. Wesloose says, I'd love that through internal cult politics with a planet with just 5 cults trying to kill each other and the Empire before the Hive Fleet gets to them could be really fun.
That could be really fun.
So let's tie it together. Hive Fleet Nidhogg, the Revenant, that which returns from the abyss. They have a biological theme of being, they can see in the dark, which is good for the ocean depths. And they have great spine worms. Their Molochs are, I need to actually type that in. Their Molochs are more like eels.
Yeah, eel locks. Their Raveners are much more adapted to aquatic life. They're they are very adapted to pressures of the planet itself, so they can withstand themselves on high gravity worlds as well. They are adept at burrowing into very treacherous regions in between what is it called, continental plates, to cause as much catastrophic damage to the planet as possible.
They their signature strain behavior is the black tide. They spawn in pools of standing water and pools of blood.
And sometimes these things happen to be both when the cult is sacrificing them to the Great Maw in the water itself.
Maybe instead of black tide, it should be called the red tide or crimson tide. Hey-o.
But I love the idea that the cult itself convinces the people that if they float, they are heretical, and all they're doing is just throwing these people into the Molochs that live beneath the oceans that are slowly building up this Tyranid army underneath the ocean, waiting to devour everyone on the planet.
When the stars are right, the Gene Stealer cult uprises and Hive Fleet Nidhogg arrives.
Mm-hmm.
The Hive Fleet coloration, dark oceanic green with yellow eyes and a violet, well, also violet, but a violet accent. But their most iconic bioformer zones. How does this work? Please make this make sense.
Nope. that's how we get on Lorebeards.
You're not even gonna try to explain the zone, are you?
I don't know how.
Well, is it like, okay, so like I'm taking a stab in the dark here, but could a Zote be like the boatman of Karen? Could he just show up to guide the plane? He's like, I'm here to guide you on your great journey. And the great journey is, of course, to be devoured.
Yeah.
But he's the one who leads people to, he's like, come to the sea. Let me talk to you about the majesty of the waves. And he's really talking about, like, space, but, the great ocean that exists beyond our shores, maybe that's what he's doing.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I like the idea. It's just the Zoteman of Karen. God damn it, chat. You guys are absolutely terrific, and I love you. So do we have one Zote or many Zotes?
Many Zotes. Many Zotes.
Okay.
The Hive Fleet Collie card. It's a bone harvest. They leave behind frightening Geiger-esque shoals of dead coral made up of Tyranid organisms.
Cool.
Their preferred prey is the Hrud.
Yeah, and they actively seek out and hunt the Hrud on their migratory routes.
I guess Hrud tastes really good.
Yeah.
Their primary hunting method is surgical strikes, and their theme is attack from below the sea. Their Gene Stealer cult planet is an oceanic world, and their public face there is the Undercoven of the Swimming God, which is a great name. And their creepy factor is that there are always dreams that they share. Once you come in contact with the Undercoven, you start dreaming about drowning or seeing something rising up from beneath the ocean. These honestly, nightmares and visions. This is what the Rogue Trader is also afflicted with.
Yep. Honestly, out of all the nightmares and visions you could get, one from a Hive Fleet is not as scary as demons.
I mean, it's still scary.
It is scary, but it doesn't make you a warp conduit that could summon demons.
It doesn't turn you into the Night Haunter either, so there's that.
Yeah.
The cult is led by Brood Coven priests, and their main goal is to mass convert the populace via baptisms in pools that are actually the maws of a Moloch or Trigon.
Mm-hmm. Blip. 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 What is it? It's that scene from Futurama.
Yeah.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim.
The final fate of the Gene Stealer cult is that they join the Hive Fleet as it travels to a new world. I assume that so the Hive Fleet does suck up all the ocean. So I imagine there's a pretty horrific. Have you guys seen Nope? N-O-P-E, not from Planet Earth, not of Planet Earth. Nope is great. And there's a scene in Nope that's pretty horrific where the creature sucks up a whole crowd out of a stadium. And I can imagine
I have seen that movie.
I can imagine the cults, the Gene Stealer cults, similar, where they're just all gathered in one place, like, oh, they're here, and this capillary tower just gets sucked right into the hold of a bioship, and they're all like, oh God, now what? But it's not a stomach; it's actually like a transport bladder that they get spat out on another world somewhere.
That sounds so much worse.
Oh God, I know, but
they just get farted out onto another world.
I'm trying to come up with an explanation here. The Hive Fleet's voice is a whispered chorus.
What it could be is that they are put into seed pods and shot at other worlds along with a broodlord.
Spurted at other worlds. Yeah. I like Sebastian Miller as Wesley. Oh my God, the Zotes are using the Tyranids. So the summon Zotes, which is worse if you believe Ross. I don't know that they're worse. They're just weird. They just don't make a lot of sense. So the Hive Fleet's voice is a whispered chorus. I assume that's what you hear in the dreams.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dreaming about drowning, you hear a whispered chorus in your mind. That's pretty cool. That's very
Under the sea.
in a minor key. The Imperial Hunter of the Hive Fleet is a trophy hunting rogue trader. The Hive Fleet has biotitans called Sky Eaters, which are floating hive spire-sized creatures with long lashing tendrils. Their iconic lesser Tyranid bioforms are lictors. I think we need to make a note that the lictors are
mantis shrimp.
Have characteristics.
And they just like sit at the water's edge and just boom. Make a guy just blow in half. Oh my god, that'd be so sick.
They're angler. They have angler lures and they have mantis shrimp arms.
Yep. Even though that creature would actually blow its own arms off, but you know, whatever. We don't need to make sense of it.
The Great Slurp, says Mr. Fitumbra. We're ready for the Great Slurp.
This sounds like a Futurama episode.
You know, Gene Stealer cults could be very Futurama. Oh, that's funny. I love that. And we got Godzilla Rex. So the 40K version of Krigelto is a Zote on a war moon.
Oh, that would piss both of us off.
The Zotes have stolen an attack moon, and now that's gonna piss off both of us. Oh god. So I guess Krigelto is Kremlo mixed with Gelt, is what I'm guessing.
I have no idea.
So Kremlo, if you don't know, is in very old Warhammer fantasy lore, there is a Slann named Kremlo who is raised by the people of Skeggi, which is the
I remember them.
The Norscan colony in Lestria. And so Kremlo is basically a battle toad. He's like this huge buff warrior frog. Which is wild. All right, so where was I? Lictors. And the Hive Fleet first appears as crashed bioships and nightmarish visions. The Hunter also gets the nightmare visions, and he knows where to go from these visions to track the fleet. He uses them to track the fleet. The typical Hive Fleet assaults is that magma devourers and trigons act as vanguard organisms. They tunnel under the planet's poles. They cause volcanic eruptions that melt the ice and trigger apocalyptic floods.
I love that. I love the idea of them just destroying like an entire global ecosystem to just make it for them.
The first Imperial countermove is a rogue trader-led crusade, with the first major battle being a Titan versus Biotitan duel. The Biotitan wins in a legendary fashion as the rising tides and flooded ruins sweep the battlefield.
And then 20 Zotes appear.
And then 20 Zotes appear. Current status of the Hive Fleet: it is hidden and infiltrating deeper. The only thing the Hive Fleet fears are the Tau, and the Tau have absorbed some renegade Zotes that somehow help them attack the Hive Fleet. Oh, my brain.
This whole episode was worth it to see Ross's face just go completely red and just do the same type of facial gestures that I did when the attack moon got mentioned.
What is the Hive Fleet's greatest secret? There is a traitorous gene stealer cult. You need to explain this.
Okay, so the traitorous gene stealer cult. I feel there are two different ways of doing this, and I think I'm settled on the Blackstone, getting the Blackstone, and then severing their connection. Like, okay, so hear me out. They were making jewelry because it's a gene stealer cult. They do weird things. And at some point, one of them slipped a piece of the Blackstone under their skin, you know, because of like some type of ritual on the planet that they're currently in to match the populace.
Or eat it.
Or eat it. But it turns out to be a piece of the Blackstone that the Necrons use to sever the connections of psychic powers. All of a sudden, this gene stealer cult is like, holy shit, this is a terrible idea. Oh, let me put these things in my other friends. Here you go, Gary. Here you go, Three-Armed Bob. And, starts, like, stabbing these things into people. And they're like, it severs the connection of the hive mind, and they realize that all of this shit is happening and has been happening for years, and they fight against the They have an uprising against the Tyranids themselves. Ultimately, it fails, but they still do a last hurrah. Does that make sense? I feel like that could make sense. It makes more sense than the Zote.
I think that we finally have an explanation that works for that. Woo! Okay. Well, guys, this has been a hell of a journey. Hive Fleet Nidhogg, though, is really cool. First of all, love the name. Love the theme of serpents and underwater and horror. And we're building a very what's the word?
Cthulhu-esque.
What's the term for something that's very fish-like? Piscian?
I have no idea.
I think so.
I'm going to go with you on this one. Pescatarian? Isn't that fish? Or am I crazy? I might be crazy.
It's Ithikic. Ichthytic. Or
Fishy.
Piscian. Piscian is also works, but the technical term, according to the thesaurus, is ichthytic. Wow, that's wild.
Ricky Chapman, no.
I'm gonna go with Piscian. It's very Piscian. It's very fish-like. Ricky Chapman, what does he say? A gaggle of Zotes take over and attack Moon. No, sir. I'm sorry, no. Not for $2.
Like this one.
Tree arm.
Sorry.
I do love the name Three-Armed Bob. This was loose. So we got this great theme. We got this great theme of underwater. The Piscian nature of Hive Fleet Nidhogg is really cool. Where they're doing coral, where they're doing
coral that kills people.
God, you're killing me. Alexis, please. The grimdark, it's fading. But sincerely, I like the idea of leaning into it came from the ocean. It came from the depths. That's very Cthulhu-esque, and that's very good for Tyranids and G-Stealer cults combined. I think we have some actually scary stuff for this Hive Fleet. This is not just a Hive Fleet you can dismiss. You're like, ugh, like especially the baptisms and the whispered chorus voice.
I love that our Xenos armies are scary.
Mm.
Like our orc one is horrifying.
That's true.
Like
face
shooting a horrific, monstrous, disease-filled Necron at Necrons is possibly the worst fate they could ever have. Hey, you escaped death. Cool. Now you're going to be like this for the rest of forever.
Yeah, Faceflay it's questionable whether it's intentional to be quite so horrific, but it certainly is horrific that he feels boarding torpedoes with flayed ones. If you want to know more what we're talking about, we have an episode about Let's Build an Orc Freebooter that went very dark. So check that out
very quickly.
Yeah. So we should mention Alexis already said this, but our Saturday shows are more lore focused. Our Wednesday shows are more, I guess, interactive. More interactive. We have Let's Builds, which is what we're doing today. We have What Ifs, which is where we kind of talk about like if this happened, which the last one we did is what if the Eldari did not create Slanesh. And we have what's the third one we do? Let's Builds, What Ifs, and
what if the Emperor died?
Tier list.
Yeah.
We also do tier lists where we rank things. The last one we did was the abhumans, where we rank the different types of abhumans. Those are always super fun. We had to take a little bit of a break on that because we covered our predictions for Adepticon, many of which turned out to be true, surprisingly. Unfortunately, we did not get Battlefleet Indomitus, which is what I was really hoping for.
Yeah, we can hope and pray. And one day GW will be like, I guess we'll just make infinite money.
Well, the fact that we love it, Battlefleet Gothic, I don't know how many people out there otherwise love it, but Yeah. So anyway, those are some of the other shows that we do on Wednesdays. Our next Saturday show, I think we have a poll up, or we will have a poll up for you guys to vote on what topic we're going to cover. But it's typically, it's going to be either a faction or a character or an event from the universe of Warhammer 40,000. We tend to dig deep because these shows are long, and we get to have a lot of deep, detailed discussions about things in the Warhammer 40K lore. So stick with us if you're fans of the Lorebeards. We are getting close to the end of our show here today. So what else do we want to say about Hive Fleet Nidhogg, if anything?
So, is our rogue trader successful?
I'm going to say no. I think I like this Hive Fleet too much to have it be destroyed. And it is, according to...
It doesn't need to be destroyed.
Well, according to the lore that we just wrote, they're hidden and infiltrating deeper.
Yes. But did he deal enough damage to force them into hiding? Or did he get his trophy and leave?
Okay,
and leave it to the crusade.
All right, chat. What's the answer? Did Rogue Trader get his trophy, or did he get driven off? What's going on? Let's let chat duke it out, because I don't feel like making the decision on that one.
Because I could see two things. Like, rogue traders are definitely assholes. Like, if they start seeing the Tau getting involved in the battle, they're gonna dip out and be like, "Nah, it's their problem now." Or was the rogue trader themselves killed? He hired the Tau. Ooh.
Godzilla Rex says he hired the Tau. That's a pretty interesting idea, because the Tau will... I mean, Kroot are mercenaries, certainly, and the Tau are willing to at least get into discussions. So yeah, it's possible. He's part of their resurgence. How so? I don't know. I don't get that one. What if he kills the Tyranids, but because of this made a bigger one? Well, that's how Tyranids work. In some ways. They could not, like orcs, though. Orcs are more of that.
I like this one. I like this one a lot.
Lord Captain Ahab disappeared in the Great Slurp. Lord Captain Ahab. All right, you know what? I'm going to add that to the list, the guy's name.
That has to be his name.
Right.
Oh my God, the Tower actually just... Who was the one that actually... he doesn't get the coin off of the mast. In Moby Dick. Ahab dies, but
Ishmael?
the Tau commander that he hired has to be Ishmael.
Right. Okay. Hired
Oshava Ishmael.
Ishmael of the Tau to pursue the Hive Fleet. There you go.
There, we fused in some Moby Dick. I hope you like it.
Even more Moby Dick. Devin Urbina says he likes hunting them so much that he allows him to spread so he can hunt them again. Yes. So he got his trophy and let them go to get another trophy later.
That I like, because maybe he's the one that put down the Biotitan at the end of the battle, only to try to get another. I like that. I also love the idea of Oshava Ishmael. Because it sounds very Tau-y. Yeah,
I agree with that. Okay, so we have a heck of a story here. I think we could call this a successful Let's Build. None of our Let's Builds have been unsuccessful. Some of them have been a little more successful than others. I really like our Rogue Trader that we built. That was one of my favorites. This is really good too.
I don't know if this tops the Orc Face Flaya.
Yeah. Well, Face Flaya was a transplant from Warhammer Fantasy, so he had a lot going for him there. Anyway, this is going to wrap up our Let's Build for today. Alexis, what is your final thoughts on Hive Fleet Nidhogg?
Oh, I'm getting hit by a whole bunch of wind right now. I really like it. I will admit, I went into this thinking that we were going to have like generic Hive Fleet, and I was a little bit worried about it. But knowing that our community loves fishmen so much, I kind of felt like this was the fishmen episode. because we haven't done Tau yet, and we don't need to let chat know that Tau are technically the fish people. We're not going to tell them that yet.
I think you just did.
No, I didn't. They weren't listening. Overall, I'm really happy with this. I think it's great.
I'm going to take a little bit of credit here because I was the one who wrote up all the options, and I think some of those options were pretty fire.
Yes, they were.
So I will take a little bit of credit for writing up the options that led to this creation. But one of the best things about the show is the lore seeker community. These are the people that are in the chat today. You guys get to participate. You get to help us shape and guide these things. And if you want to be part of our community, come to our Discord. We have a very active Discord for Lorebeards, and you will learn more about what's coming up and possibly even vote on future episodes and things of that nature. So yeah, check that out. If Hawk, if you're out there, please drop or Lord Vorn, one of our mods, can drop a link to the Discord in the chat. I can also do it myself. I'm not sure that either of those guys are here today, so
I am not sure.
I'm just going to throw that out there. See if it works.
I just have one last thing to say, and that is, in the grim darkness of the far future,
there is only lore. Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Thank you, guys. Love you. Bye.